Welcome back to the Anorak podcast, everybody. I'm your host, Don Martino, and we got some stuff to talk about today. We have a new possible Star Wars series on Disney Plus, kind of in the rumor mill, but we'll talk about it anyway because there's some legitimacy to it, possibly. Also, we have a new Bond trailer, so fun stuff today. Can't wait to get to all of it. And of course, I'm not sitting here by myself. We do have Miss Samee Ramirez. Samee, how you doing today?
Hello. Doing good as always. Happy to be here.
All right. Oop, and that thing going again. That stupid sound that keeps popping back up. All right. And also with us today, Cisco could not make it, but we do have, again, back on the show, Jose Espinel. Jose, how you doing?
What's up, everyone? Happy to be here. I'm glad. Can't wait.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude. And we'll get into some stuff. Get into some shit. Before we get started, please hit the like button below, subscribe to the channel, leave some feedback in the comment section, share this with your friends, hit that bell for notifications. And I gotta tell you what I've been doing, and I'm excited. I'm getting into it. Sopranos. I'm in it. I'm watching Sopranos. Guys, gotta watch this show. It's amazing. Like one of the funniest things I think I've seen in any piece of content, and this is in the first episode. So you got Tony Soprano, who pretty much throughout the entire first season, he's going to therapy. And it's one of the funniest lines I think I've heard in television is when she's talking to him, because he's all depressed, and she's talking to him, and she's like, there are some advancements in pharmaceutical companies that can help with all this. And he's just like, oh shit, great. Here comes the Prozac. I love it. It's fantastic. But you guys got to see this show. It's like one of the best out there, I think. I don't know, but I'm watching it because I want to see the movie Many Saints of Newark when it comes out, because that trailer is really, really sick. I think we talked about that here, didn't we?
We did, yeah.
New York, yeah. Are you gonna get into that, Samee, before the movie?
Oh god, no, I gotta be honest, probably not gonna watch the entirety of The Sopranos before that movie comes out. Not on a real high priority list, but I mean, yeah, I've heard nothing except for The Sopranos is great, so I'm kind of like, yeah, that's what's on the word on the block.
It's
just reinforcing.
It's phenomenal.
The gospel.
It's phenomenal, I'm telling you. Jose, watch Sopranos. Get your HBO Max.
All right, yeah, no, I need to get HBO Max and watch a bunch of stuff.
Yeah,
like, there's so much I need to watch on there.
Yeah, what was the other thing we were talking about that's on there that you need to? Oh, Blade Runner.
Yes. Both of them, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because Samee, even Samee hasn't seen Blade Runner, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
you haven't seen either.
God damn, it's on Max. Get on it. Nah, it's all good. Watch it though. But yeah, so I do have a big announcement though. So yeah, Jose and I have been talking quite a bit here lately, and we've been it's been going well. Like he and I have built a really good working relationship, over this past, I don't know, Jose, how long have we been talking and doing Star Wars Sunday and shit? Like, long time.
We're literally on episode 14 already. We just did episode 14 last Sunday, so 15 will be next one.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I mean, and I've had, one of the things here that I've been having is a request to do bring back a second show every week for the Anorak Entertainment podcast. And I can't promise that that's going to happen right away. I am going to say this. Jose is going to join the crew. He's getting some really great gear next week. And so we're going to have him on board for this podcast, and we're excited to have him. So I know, Samee, I haven't told you this yet either. So
I know, but that's awesome.
Yeah. And
love to hear it.
Yeah. I knew you wouldn't have a problem with it because I know how much we all get along when we talk, and he and Cisco do really well together. And he was talking to me. He's like, listen, I want to, buckle down, get some gear, and join. I was like, yeah, man. I mean, we have great conversations together. I think you add something to it. And yeah, so we're gonna try that out for a bit, and hopefully awesome. That could lead to more shows per week, because it's no fault of Samee, she just can't make it a second day a week anymore. And I think it'd be cool to like have one day a week where it was just like Jose and I, and Cisco, no fault to him, can't make it a second day a week. So it'd be cool if we did one every week with Jose and I. We haven't worked out the details of all that, but it's going to be cool to just add a fourth member in general, and get some fresh perspectives in here.
Yeah, so. I've got some stuff coming for Amazon tomorrow. So yeah, by next time I'll have a proper setup with a mic and everything. So I'm super excited. Ready.
Awesome, man.
I'm glad I'm part of this crew now, and I'm ready to do some more stuff more often.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, we wanted a female, but I settled for the next best thing. So, yeah, that's
yeah.
Samee needs a friend bad, man. No offense, Samee needs a friend bad.
It needs more estrogen on this podcast, man. It's lonely over here. It gets hard. It's hard out here in these streets, roughing it alone, being a scrappy kid on the street, fighting alone.
Yeah,
I need help. I need backup.
Yeah, for sure. We could start with this Bond trailer, I guess, if you guys want. I mean, I'll just go ahead and let one of you take it away. I mean, Samee, what'd you think of the Bond trailer?
It was not that great of a trailer, I gotta be honest. Didn't love it. I was like, it was fine. It didn't make me any less excited. I'm still very excited to see the movie, but I was like, it was all right.
Well, let me ask you.
I wasn't blown away. I wasn't heart pounding. It wasn't exciting. It wasn't incredible. I was like, that was a movie trailer.
Well, let me ask you this: is it like not as is it not a great trailer because it didn't do anything for the excitement level? So at this point, to you, it's just kind of redundant to have one, or is it more or less just like basic. It wasn't a good trailer? Yeah, I could see where you're coming from. That's what I think.
I mean, yeah, for me, it just felt very basic. It felt very much like you asked someone on the internet to make it for you, and this is what the composite came up with. You know what I mean? No, again, like, no offense, but like.
Yeah,
it just felt very basic, felt very, people say like film school, you know what I mean? Just very
right.
All of the basic, all of the tropes, nothing really exciting. I was like, this is fine.
Well,
again, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just not, it didn't excite me. Didn't love it,
Well, they've had, 15 of these damn things at this point. So
honestly, it's just over a year.
It's hard for anything, especially when you're going to show the same loop of footage now. It's hard for anything to like really raise your excitement level, because the way I'm kind of with you on the level of this doesn't really raise my excitement level. Am I excited for the movie? Yeah. But I was excited when I saw this footage 15 times ago, or whatever, because it's like, yeah, it's when you don't add any new footage, it doesn't raise my excitement level. And I think the job of a trailer is not only to market, but to raise your excitement level. And so when you look at it on that end, it's not a great trailer. But it's not that any of the footage that's in there is bad. You know what I mean? I think like it's all good footage.
Exactly.
It's just we've seen it, however many times. So, I get it though, because we're getting closer to release. They had to put out a new trailer, They have to keep the momentum, and I understand that. And they probably don't really have a lot of footage in their Rolodex that they could just pull out that's not spoiler heavy, right? So I understand it. I understand why it's out there. I understand why you have a final trailer, because we're getting closer to that release date. We're coming right up on it. But I'm with you. Like, I don't think, like, as far as, like, my excitement level, the trailer didn't raise that at all. And that's the job of a trailer, in my opinion, on top of being a marketing tool. So that's where I'm at with it. But Jose, what did you think of the Bond trailer?
I mean, you guys basically said everything that I was going to say. To piggyback on what Samee said about the trailer not being, it kind of just reminded me of like someone went on Fiverr and was like, "Hey, try and like make a trailer for me as quick as you can."
Yeah.
And it's like, here, this is what I could come up with the price, with the price tag that I that you paid. And like you said, I mean, they've done so many that it's basically just like the same thing over and over again. It's not like it wasn't anything new or different. So it was kind of just like, I mean, we've had this already multiple times.
Right.
I'll probably still watch it, but I mean, it's not like I'm like super interested.
Sure. I mean, like, and it's funny because like with the money these studios are trying to save now, it's like they probably did go to somebody on Fiverr and have them cut something together. That honestly, I mean, there was no reason at this point to like actually hire like somebody who works for a trailer house, or whatever they call that, marketing house, or because in all honesty, there's 100 kids on YouTube that can make a trailer this good, and you don't need to spend the money, at this point. Why would you? So they did probably go kind of outside on this one to cut something together. It wouldn't have been that difficult.
They like went on Fiverr and was like, here, we'll give you these clips, and you just whatever you can do with these clips, make a trailer, and we'll use it.
Yeah. Honestly, and that's okay. It's okay right now because again, they are trying to save money. all the studios have kind of found themselves in a rut right now, and they just need something. They need something to show to say, like, this is the final trailer of Bond. That said, all of this said, this is what they showed people at CinemaCon, for crying out loud.
Ew.
That's what really bothers me about this. I think most of all is CinemaCon. This is the trailer they had. I would have been not impressed
at all.
Yeah.
I would have been like, I would have been like, wow, someone really needed to kill 3 minutes of this panel time, is what I would have thought if I was shown that at like an exclusive panel, gotta be honest.
By the way, I heard, this is because we didn't really get into it too much last week when we were really talking about CinemaCon, but now that I've been updated on it, I hear the beginning of the Warner Brothers panel was extremely rough. Like, they had they didn't even have like a representative come out from Warner Brothers. What they did is they showed a video of a guy from Warner Brothers who was in the video. He couldn't even be bothered to actually go to the Warner Brothers lot. He just had the Warner Brothers lot green screened behind him, which I think is really funny and almost embarrassing. But what you got to realize too is at CinemaCon, they're going up in front of a lot of theater owners who are really pissed at Warner Brothers right now because of their day and date thing on HBO Max. And I guess somebody actually had the nerve to make the joke and say, obviously Warner Brothers is a very good friend of the theater owners right now. And they said that room got extremely awkward. Like, the theater owners were just like chuckling in that room. Obviously I couldn't make it to Vegas last week, but that's just what I'm hearing. But the bright side of this, they said the Batman trailer was awesome. I'm also told that the Matrix trailer was awesome. So, I mean, good on them, you know? I mean, at least they delivered with their reel. I'm excited for that Matrix trailer. I think it's we kind of got into it last week, but why they haven't released the Matrix 4 trailer is beyond me. Because apparently the one they have is extremely solid.
It's coming out in December, man.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you got a solid trailer for that puppy, put it out, you know, because what was described to me sounds really, really solid. And we got another update from that because everybody's upset about Morpheus not being in the movie, quote unquote. Lawrence Fishburne has said he's not in the movie, playing Morpheus this time. And what they're doing, according to this trailer, is there's actually a young Morpheus. So that's why they recast, because they're going with that route. So I get it. You know, it's like, I think everybody can like quit pulling their hair out and being like, why wouldn't you bring Lawrence Fishburne back? Well, if the story doesn't call for it, then you don't do it. You know what I mean? But they're not completely leaving the character out of the movie. So that's where I'm at with that. But it sounded like a really, really awesome panel. I'm excited to just see these trailers. I think the Batman is going to destroy. And we can get into that too, because that's a big piece of news that's going around right now. So I can confirm. Go ahead.
Real quick, before we get that. Oh, sorry, my internet's also a little bit slow. So if I'm lagging,
you're just frozen. Slow, let me see if I can get you back.
That's the reason why.
Go ahead.
Just let me know.
Yeah. You're
am I frozen? Okay.
Yeah, but you're still talking fine.
Real quick, I didn't put this in the rundown or anything, but okay, you can still hear me and everything. Cool. I'm just gonna keep talking then. Did not put this in the rundown, but did you guys see the trailer for Spencer, the new Princess Diana movie with Kristen Stewart?
No,
I did not.
You guys didn't see this. You guys should watch this. I'm
pulling it up.
My thoughts, my 2 cents about it, because I really just have 2 thoughts about it. That I'm so curious about this movie. I'm either gonna love this movie or I'm gonna shit all over it, and I can't tell yet. I don't know. I'm so fascinated by this movie. But here's the 2 gripes I have. So the only time we hear her speak is at the very, very end of the trailer, and it's someone on Twitter made the joke that it sounds like it's straight out of the Keira Knightley School of Teeth acting, and it really does. It really does. I'm sorry. It's not bad. It just sounds, it's very, you know what I mean, like that tooth kind of accent kind of bothering me, and I feel like her accent's bad. I'm just saying, based on this trailer, the fact that we don't hear her speak, it's only that little thing at the end, and that it was kind of rough.
All right, let's check this out.
I just feel like that way.
Let's check this out.
Her hair. Her hair is a disgrace. Who made these wigs? Diana's hair was the most incredible 80s like floof thing. What is this flat wig? It personally offends me.
All right, so you got the director of Jackie, so that bodes well.
Yeah.
That bodes well. That's a good sign.
Like this is the most photographed woman in the world, and we can't get her hair right. Are you kidding me? It offends me.
Let's see this.
I just don't know about this movie. If I'm gonna like it.
Ma'am, they're waiting for you.
Who's that actress? Where do we know her from?
As Diana?
That's Kristen Stewart.
That was Kristen Stewart?
Yes,
Yeah, it's Kristen
she's
Stewart,
playing
yeah.
Diana.
Damn.
Yes.
That's good transformation.
Isabella Swan.
You're right. Holy shit.
Yep.
That's good
The
transformation.
hair, I can't.
You're right.
I
She's
think
the most photographed woman in the world, and we can't get her hair right.
You're not wrong.
I think the prosthetics are great. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I think it's good.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like Kristen Stewart. Like that's for sure. Like you
I
have
don't
to
know if
really
there are
look.
any prosthetic. It might just be. I feel like it's makeup.
Oh, look at this.
It
Hold
doesn't
on.
look prosthetic.
You don't think that's
to me.
prosthetic? I think
it's
there's a
wigs
little
and
bit.
makeup.
I think there's a little
It might
prosthetic.
be. It might be.
'Cause that-
to
I mean,
my
that
to
looks-
my
that-
naked eye, I don't.
I mean, it looks like Kristen Stewart to me, but
It looks a little
Yeah.
prosthetic-y, but
It looks like Kristen Stewart in wig and makeup to me, but
all right, there it looked a little less prosthetic. Like right there though. I mean, you get shots of it. I don't know.
you might.
I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised.
All right.
Okay, here's the voice.
They don't.
All right, that bothered me. That bothered
that
the
was
shit out of me.
is
what
that
I'm
supposed to be?
saying?
Is that supposed to be a British accent?
They did.
They
Because
did.
She's trying.
that's probably one of the worst.
I
Oh,
feel
that
like
was
it's
bad.
and they're trying to hide it. I feel like they're trying to keep it hush hush until people see it, and then they'll
That
they
was
can't
bad.
hush anymore. But I feel like
Wait,
I'm sorry.
I feel like it's bad.
wait a second. Wait a second.
I've seen some movies where people put on British accents, and it's been amazing.
Yeah.
But that was probably
Wait a second. That was
It's rough.
really bad. That was
That
piss
was-
poor.
And this hurts me because if you can't tell already, I love Princess Diana.
I can.
Like, I am obsessed
tell
with
that.
her.
Wait a minute.
She's my I love the royal family. She's the best one. She's the best. She's the best human to have ever walked through those doors. I am convinced.
Wait a minute.
I love Princess Diana. So this offends me when they get things like this wrong.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
That was like I went through a real phase in like elementary school where I just learned everything about Princess Diana. That was like my history phase.
Right. Wait a minute.
Every kid had like that history phase. They fixated on something.
They
Mine was
don't.
Princess Diana.
Wait a minute. That's funny.
This is, bro.
They do.
They date. Oh, I gotta. That's like Palpatine. They date.
That's a bit exaggerated. It's a bit softer than that.
They don't.
That's
That
funny.
was-
They don't like that.
They don't.
I love
Like a
it.
little softer.
I love
But
it.
you're not wrong.
I love it.
That is. What is?
It's
What
awful.
is that accent? What is that accent?
I think that's funnier than hell. I'm glad you brought that to our attention.
I'll be there in the theaters because I'm definitely seeing that. So I'll let you know.
Why would they have used that line though?
Why Kristen Stewart? I don't know because in my head I'm like she must have had a killer audition, right? First, like it must have been on purpose that they casted her because it's such an odd choice to me. She either had a killer audition or they purposely sought her out for a very specific thing. But I don't know what that thing is. I can't figure it out.
You
I
know,
don't-
sometimes though the
don't know
case
it's
is
really
just
good. I
that.
want it to be.
Sometimes
but
the
I don't
case is
know.
just that they have a really good agent. I mean, I hate to
yeah.
break it to you, but like
might be
sometimes
what
that's
this
the
is.
case. But
Yeah.
honestly, like I
It
don't
hurts me,
mind.
though.
I don't like. I'm not about the Kristen Stewart hate train. She's fine, whatever.
Yeah,
But
me neither.
that was just. My guess is the rest of the movie is probably better than what we're seeing here. But
I hope so
I-
with all my heart.
I really think that was probably the most piss poor thing you could have done is use that line of dialogue.
That wasn't even. That's the thing.
Rough.
That wasn't even a trailer. What the hell did we just watch? Like,
I know that was a montage.
It's
of
a-
Yeah.
various
it's
like,
a
landscapes.
it's a soft teaser at best, but
yeah.
I
it's a
honestly,
teaser. It's not a trailer.
which I
like,
get that, and they're allowed to put teasers out. That's fine. But my problem with it is that line, Samee. It's bad.
I don't why. That's what I'm asking too. Why?
It's
I
bad.
don't know. I want to believe there's a reason, but it might just be she has a great agent, and people like me will see this movie, so they'll know we'll make money.
I think the
So
reason
maybe I'm
is
the problem. The reason is me.
I think the reason
People
is
like
she
me
just
exist,
got
so
done
that's
eating.
why.
She just got done eating a PB&J sandwich because it sounds like she has peanut butter stuck to the roof of her mouth right there. I think that's the problem.
Oh, it's not good. They don't. It's really, that's the best description. Like, it's, I mean, Keira Knightley, I love her. Obviously, she's actually British, so it's better. But like, it does, it has that thing. Pirates of the Caribbean, man, the best thing ever. But like, she does have the, Keira Knightley does have the teeth acting thing, which is when you're a student of the Keira Knightley teeth acting school, as I am, you notice things like this very, very easily.
It was
when you have a trained eye.
I was so piss poor. Just so piss poor.
No, I can't.
Because I think the last movie
I want to like it. I want to.
The
last movie I saw Kristen Stewart in was The Happiest Season.
They don't.
I didn't see that.
It's on Hulu for free.
Yeah,
it's really good. I've seen it like.
Jeff's like, the last thing I saw her in
was
like Breaking Dawn Part 2.
They don't.
I want that to be a soundbite on this show. That is the funniest thing.
That can be your notification sound.
I know, really. It'd be great. They date.
And again, like, I love Kristen Stewart. I love Twilight to this day. I defend Twilight with all my heart and soul. Genuinely, like, no irony. Love Twilight. Defend it heart and soul. But like, this movie is not it.
You gotta watch Happiest Season because she was really good in that movie too. I've seen it like I've seen it. Like
it's been recommended to me. I've heard it's good.
I've seen it 4 or 5 times already. Yeah, I love it every time I watch it.
Nice. Everybody says that they end up just shipping her and Aubrey Plaza's character together.
Spoilers.
By the end of the movie.
Nice. Yeah.
That's spoilers. What I keep hearing. Oh, okay.
I mean, I haven't heard that, but
yeah.
I mean, I can see it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they were gonna end it together, but
spoilers. I'll forget by Christmas. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's fine.
When I watch it.
Yeah, he's gonna watch it. Yeah. He's gonna watch it this coming Christmas.
I have. I'm not watching it now. I mean, I missed it last year, and I'm ashamed, but because I hear it's good.
That was actually what I was gonna say. That was one of the Christmas movies I watched last Christmas.
Yeah,
it was pretty good. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I liked it a lot.
Yeah. I wanted to pull this up. This Den of Nerds just put out this Finn video report. He put out a follow-up to it too, which I want to break both of these down really quick because I think he makes some really fantastic points. I'm excited that Jose's here for this one too. Let's see. I gotta find the right one.
I guess first off, just wanted to mention about the Batman trailer.
Sure.
I'm super excited.
We'll talk about that here first. Yeah.
I'm actually excited to see what
it's not just a trailer though. It's I mean, they and I had somebody tell me that this is 100% real because sometimes you hear these reports about the test screenings and shit, and then like you think like, oh, there's no way they showed it to anybody this early. I had a scoop that says that they actually did. Like, I believe the scoop too.
Is it finished?
It's finished enough to
Are
where
they in post?
They are wrapped. And they showed.
I didn't think they wrapped for some reason. I know it got delayed like twice.
The last official report was that they were wrapped on filming, which means they are definitely in post. So, they did show a version of the film to people. This is the scoop I got. So this report that's coming out is 100% legit. Did you guys read these reviews though that are coming out?
Yeah.
Because
really good.
I think you sent me one about it.
Because the fact that one guy said it's like a horror movie is awesome.
Right. That's right.
Awesome.
And they're saying that like Paul Dano's character, that like the Riddler was really scary. And I saw that people were saying that it was like grotesque and scary. I don't know what they. Oh, go ahead though. I was
gonna say, is the Joker gonna be in this movie?
Not that we know of, but we'll see.
I hope not. Honestly.
Oh, really? I was gonna say it'd be cool to see like a Joaquin Phoenix, Robert Pattinson thing, but
I mean, here's been my prediction from the beginning, is that because it's a trilogy, right? If they want to make this in the Joaquin universe, let's just say, for example, and part of me hopes they don't. Don't get me wrong, but it would be really freaking cool if they showed that at the end of the second movie. I think that would be the way to go. If you're gonna combine these two universes, the Pattinson and the Joaquin universe, and reveal that, you do that at the end of the second movie. But let your Batman live without the Joker for once. You know what I mean? Like, do your first movie and let him live without the Joker. Get people on board first, and then you can kind of go into that. You need to really start out without him, though.
what would be really cool is if like they linked how the little Bruce Wayne that Joaquin Phoenix met,
Mhm.
ends up being Robert Pattinson.
It could be Pattinson. It could be Pattinson.
Yeah,
That'd be really.
yeah.
See, like that's the thing. I kind of want it all to stand alone, but if you're gonna put Joaquin's Joker in any of them, it's got to be this one. Because of the tone that they're going for. I just think that you don't do it in this movie. Don't show up. I will be a little bit upset if there's a post-credit scene with Joaquin, just a little bit, because you can wait. You can like let this live on its own for what it is for a little bit, and then you do it in the second movie if you're gonna do that. But I have a feeling they might, but they should do it in the second movie. They shouldn't do it here.
I just really want to see them two, be in a movie together, because I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah, but look at all these villains that we haven't seen highlighted that they have in here. We got a Riddler, who's played by Paul Dano. That's going to be a really good performance. It's Paul fucking Dano. Right. We got Colin Farrell, who I think is one of the most underrated actors of all time, playing Penguin.
Should have been Grindelwald the whole time.
That's
another hill I'll die on.
So good in that first Fantastic Beasts. I don't care what anybody says. He is so good in that movie.
He should have just stayed. I don't know why I'll never understand J.K. Rowling. I'll never understand.
One of the best parts of that first movie was
That's what I'm saying.
Colin Farrell. Yeah, he's so good. He's great in Horrible Bosses. Yeah. I mean, I could name it all day. I can go all day with great Seven Psychopaths. He's great in a lot of movies, but you got him going. I mean,
I just want to know what they mean really by this being a horror movie and it being scary, because again, a lot of the reviews talked about the villains, which I think this movie is going to be really cool. I hope they do their villains in a really cool different way, because again, Penguin and Riddler, are there more? I think those are like the main two, right? I mean, Catwoman, but
yeah, that's why like
debatable villain. But I think that's like all going to be so incredible. That's going to be really, really like, again, like I've said multiple times, this is my number one most anticipated movie of the rest of 2021 and 2022, like above Doctor Strange, above all of it.
Yeah,
like I think this movie is going to be so good. I'm just like, I just want to know what you mean by horror and grotesque. Like, are we talking like, is there just going to be, are you saying that their violence is just really intense, that we're doing torture and stuff,
right?
Is that, which I don't know, but are we talking like are we talking like The Shining psychological? Are we talking Midsummer? Are we doing like a mix of both?
Everything.
I think we should mix both. I think that's probably what they make.
I hope we mix both,
because
if we're not mixing both, I probably will be disappointed. Well, because if I find out that's what they mean, that just the violence is really bloody.
Well, we have to remember what they're doing. I mean, we're going back to the Detective Batman, and we're going to like a very young Detective Batman, which means the best way to showcase that, in my opinion, is to put him up against things that are scary, like actually frighten him, like make him frightened, make Batman frightened. I mean, make him awesome, but make him frightened,
because you have the opportunity to. He's young.
He'll probably be like psychologically hurt, obviously because of his parents' death and stuff like that. So I'll probably put him in a dark place in the movie, and then you'll just see, a bunch of other dark psychological stuff, and probably violence as well, because he'll want to take out all that anger on something.
I mean, given the cast, I think that this is going to be the best versions of those villains that we've seen, and that's why I push back on your thing, Jose. No offense, but like we have seen the Batman and Joker story 100,000 times. Like, we don't need to see it again.
I agree.
We just not right now. You can lead to it and make it cool, but right now, let's not do it. Let's stay away from it. Let's showcase some other villains that we barely ever have in these live action movies, and use them well. And I think we can. And I think that this is going to be a really, really cool ass thing. I mean, I really do. And I think it's going to be amazing. I really do. I have great hope. I mean, you got Matt Reeves. Matt Reeves is brilliant. He's brilliant. He's a really good director. I mean, honestly, I know a lot of people like the example I go to. I know a lot of people push on this because they like the original foreign version on it, which is cool. But his movie Let Me In. Have you guys seen that? The Chloe Grace Moretz vampire movie?
I still haven't. That's one of, I mentioned this before. There was I took a vampire films class in college once, but I had a rough semester, so like the last third of the class I was not there for and didn't watch the movies for, but that was one of them that I didn't miss. And with like Interview with the Vampire and What We Do in the Shadows, I have
Yeah.
an excuse for why I haven't seen it.
So
but
many people-
I have not. I was supposed to.
So many people dislike
If
it.
anyone from the university asks, yes, I have seen that movie.
So many people dislike it because they like to let the right one in, which is the original Japanese version. Which that's fine. I get you have an attachment, but you take that away. Take the original out of it. Watch that movie as a movie. Like just pretend like it's his own original story and everything. That movie's amazing. And he's really good at dark stuff when you watch that. Like he knows how to like get to the core of characters while also making the movie dark and creepy. It's one of the creepiest things I've seen because I tell you like and not to mention you got like 12-year-old Chloe Grace Moretz in that who's brilliant in that movie. It's one of her best performances to date. And she's so good at being creepy, but also, having a lot of depth in her character. It's so good. I'm telling you, if you guys haven't watched that, watch it because it'll show you like it'll probably get you more excited for the Batman, honestly. That's one of the things that I definitely reference. I mean, and then you got his Planet of the Apes movies, which are a whole other thing, and those are great. So yeah, so Matt Reeves he's got this. I'm telling you, I think he's going to do something really cool here. And I like the fact that he's got a trilogy in mind. I love that. Like the last Batman trilogy we had was The Dark Knight, which turned out well. But I'm just thinking about like, I think that this is going to feel more like, something that's very interconnected, in a way. Like, I'm not saying The Dark Knight isn't, but when you break down the Dark Knight movies, each one, I mean, there is an overarching story.
Continuity is not one of its strengths.
Definitely not. I mean, I love Nolan and I love what he did with those, but like, it's not like, not everything had to be so interconnected. Like each movie has a new villain, new mission. You know what I mean? I think that this is going to be a lot more interconnected than that. Like I think that these villains will pop back up.
It's not like the Iron Man trilogy, Captain America trilogy, where you could literally tie a thread between all of them,
right?
Like directly,
right? I think that this is going to feel more like that. I think it's not in tone, but
it's definitely going to be darker and than any other Batman movies you've seen.
It's got to be. You look at that first trailer. Cool. You got to look at that first trailer. I mean, it's definitely going to be darker.
I'm actually looking forward to because the last Batman we had, Ben Affleck, I know it wasn't his fault. They didn't use him to the best of his ability. If I'm being honest, they didn't give him a good Batman role in the movies.
Who, Ben Affleck? I love Ben Affleck's Batman. I push back on that. I think you might not like the movies, but like his Batman is great. I think most people agreed on that. Like Ben Affleck is a good Batman.
And
it's
Batman
not him.
versus Superman. Batman versus Superman, trash. Justice League, trash.
Justice League sucked. Come on.
That's what I mean. But they just didn't. He didn't. I don't know.
Not the Snyder cut of Justice League, but Joss Whedon's cut of Justice League. They did ruin what can't Zack Snyder was doing with that character in Batman v Superman when Joss Whedon took over. I
still need to see that. I still haven't seen it.
I mean, the
Snyder cut?
Yeah, I still haven't seen it.
Dude, get on that, man.
I need to watch that.
Yeah.
Probably watch it
that is
Saturday.
the superior.
I'm probably gonna watch that
by
Saturday
all accounts.
After you watch that, you won't hate Ben Affleck's Batman. He's really good in the role.
He's better. I agree.
That's the best he's ever been as Batman.
Because I was on the same train as you, Jose, where I was like, he's just not doing anything that reads Batman Bruce Wayne to me. Like he's just kind of Ben Affleck doing a role, but just in Snyder Cut, in Zack Snyder's Justice League. He's like an actual. He's actually Batman.
HBO Max, get on.
HBO Max, yeah.
I need to get
yes.
There's so many things that you need to watch that are on that service.
I know, that's the thing. Like,
it's gonna be worth the $14.99. You know what I mean? It's like it's gonna be worth that. Trust me, man. Get it and check it out. But yeah,
you could do the free trial and just
that's what I mean. In that
find the top 10 things you have to watch.
Yeah,
and
I need to take a whole week break and then just watch everything that I need on HBO Max while I have the free trial because there's just so much I need to watch.
I've done that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, it's worth your money. I use Max, I think, now more than any other service. Personally, I don't know about you guys, but I think I'm on that more.
I mean, since I don't have HBO Max, I think Disney Plus is probably what I use the most.
I think Disney Plus might be the one I use the most too.
That's second. That's second for me. Like I definitely use.
second for me would probably have to be, I don't know, it's a toss between Hulu and Netflix, because I mean right now since I have a friend who has Netflix, he's letting me use it. There's a lot of shows that are coming out that I need to watch, like Money Heist and oh, I've started watching The Witcher, by the way.
Oh hell yeah!
And I saw the second season coming out December this year, so I'm super stoked for the second season.
Dude, that show is amazing.
And I actually know, I think I'm gonna go back on it. I think I agree with you in terms of like what you said about with the Mandalorian, how it's better. I have to agree.
Maybe, yeah.
The Witcher is that show is so good.
It's Netflix's best series. I mean, that and Cobra Kai.
100%.
Yeah, that and Cobra Kai. I mean, they're Netflix's best two shows easily.
Yeah, The Witcher is. I'm ready for the second season, man.
It's so good, dude. Oh, it's so good. Henry Cavill, man, that's the role he was born to play. You say what you want about his Superman, and okay, but he's amazing as Geralt, and like
100%.
He's one of those guys too, man. He approaches it like a fan, you know, and he is such a fan of it, and you could tell he just understands how to approach that role. It's really great, man, what he does. I wanted to break down this thing, speaking of Disney Plus and all that. This was the Den of Nerds video that he put out.
What's the first like minute and a half, I think, of this video.
We'll break it down bit by bit here, and we'll see what he's saying here, because like I like that a nerd, by the way, just so everybody's
Star Wars fans are eating good these past couple of days. There is a breaking news report out there about how Disney is trying to develop a John Boyega Finn series on Disney Plus. And if you're thinking, but wait, didn't John Boyega said you're not going to Disney Plus me? Yeah, I was thinking that too. We'll talk about that in the video as well. I was thinking that too. We'll talk about that in the video as well. The nerdy news and reports just keep on dropping, and we are going to keep on covering them. So make sure you like this video and are subscribed to the channel if you want to get more of these updates in your recommended. This is coming over from the hashtag show. I like Nick Santos and the hashtag show. They've been getting a lot of stuff right lately. It is being treated as a rumor for now, but let's read this article together, and then I will break down some of my thoughts, including maybe the change of heart that John Boyega had, after seeing what the Disney Plus shows can actually Disney Plus shows can actually Finn prequel/sequel Star Wars series in the works for Disney. Star Wars rumor watch. Nick is talking about how last week they had the reports of the Red Hood HBO Max film, which is pretty crazy actually. And this week they're sharing that appears John Boyega's film may be getting an upcoming Disney Plus series. It had previously been announced that J.D. Dillard, and Matt Owens, who worked on Luke Cage and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., were working on a Star Wars film. I remember that.
I'm pausing this really quick.
I remember that.
So really quick, that is true. J.D. Dillard and oh god, who was the other one you mentioned? I know J.D. Dillard for sure was working on a Star Wars movie. That was an actual thing that got confirmed. So
I think I did remember reading about that when we were doing something about Star Wars. I think we were doing Star Wars news on our Star Wars Sunday, and he was going to do a movie.
He was, but it got scrapped last we knew, so that part of it is definitely true, so we know that much.
I was like,
so.
Wait, what? Those dudes are
I don't know
doing
why
a movie?
he's on delay,
like,
guys. I'm sorry.
What? Taika's doing what are the movies? What's going on with all these movies? It says here, according to multiple inside sources, that movie concept is now being repurposed as a series with those two still attached, and the thing is going to be retold to no longer be a movie and be a Disney Plus series focusing on film. The article goes on to say plot details are light, but we're being told that John Boyega will return as Finn. The series would explore his backstory, including how he came to be in the First Order. It would also show where the character is going in a post-Rise of Skywalker world. The plot in the future will have ties and share a villain, although no further info is available at this time. This series could be a replacement for the Rangers of the Republic series that has gone by the wayside. Now, Nick does go on to say that this isn't necessarily a huge surprise, because Boyega sort of talked about how coming back to Star Wars he would be open with it. And remember, he said he'd be open with it as long as Kathleen Kennedy was attached, or something to that effect. Which
so this is actually true. So you guys probably remember Boyega going off about Finn's mistreatment of the character. For some reason, this report got kicked under the rug, but this is actually true. You can look this up. John Boyega he did actually get called, but that's the thing we got to remember here. John Boyega actually did get called by Disney after his whole thing with the backlash and everything. Disney did call him in for a meeting, so we got to remember that. And after the fact, Boyega said, okay, I'll work with them again as long as Kathleen Kennedy's involved. So all this that he's saying is actually true. So I find that interesting, but
obviously triggered a bunch of people on the internet. But in all seriousness, it's dope that Boyega's open to coming back to Star Wars. And I recall that sort of, the drama, if you will, that sort of had come out when he made statements about Disney's sort of mishandling of working with actors of color on the Disney series, and kind of dogging Disney for not really knowing what to do with his character in the sequels. There was a sort of coming back together where he apparently sat down with some executives, had a really good conversation, and the two parties, Disney and John, were able to move forward and looks like possibly work together, which is awesome. I personally feel like Finn was not only one of the coolest parts of the sequel trilogy, but one of the sort of left on the cutting room floor aspects of it, right? Like wasted potential. Like the dude is incredible, and the sequences in the second movie, or rather in The Force Awakens, where he's fighting with the lightsaber, I thought were awesome. When the dude lands a blow on Kylo Ren, we come to find out later that he's Force sensitive, and I love the sort of Jedi Finn thing that they were trying to do in Rise of Skywalker. Now, ultimately, he doesn't really do much in Rise of Skywalker either, which was kind of a letdown, but you can at least see that sort of direction they're taking the character in. And on the front of the lore, I would absolutely love this. Seeing Episode 9 through the lensing of Finn.
So I'll stop there. So here's where I'm gonna start. So first of all, Jose and I are fans of the sequels, no doubt about it. But that said, I do personally agree. I think that they could have done more with Finn. I think that's 100% accurate. They easily could have done more with Finn. So looking at it through that lens, I am excited about that. But the thing that's being said here is that it'd be post Rise of Skywalker. I don't necessarily want that. I would rather it take place between Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker, but I don't know. Where are you guys at, Samee? Oh, literally, where are you
off
at?
Camera.
Literally.
Where we're at.
Yeah.
All right. Hello.
I don't know what happened there, but okay, I'm gonna fix you. Just keep talking. I got you.
There
There we
go. I mean, yeah, I agree. Finn was definitely one of the left on the cutting room floor aspects of the sequels. And again, I like the sequels. They're fine. They're whatever. They're not the best Star Wars for sure, in my opinion. But yeah, I don't know. It would make a lot of sense for them to do a Finn series. I don't know. My questions again are just when does this take place? Is Rey involved? Would it be kind of interesting to see his time in the First Order? I don't know how that would go down, but you'd have to watch him just be kind of brainwashed and stuff, which I don't know how much fun that would be. And there's also there's difficulties there if this takes place in between The Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah,
because you're you're just not gonna have Rey, you're just not gonna have Poe, you're just not gonna have
True.
Leia, you're just not gonna have R2, and which that then I feel like
you
the
make a
danger
good
of that
point.
then is it feels like Star Wars 2.5 the show, not the Finn series, you know what I mean? Which I feel like you would need if you have that time, which
True.
I feel like would also be a caveat if you have it post Rise of Skywalker, because again, you're just not going to bring up the First Order at all. You're just not going to bring up Rey or Poe at all. BB-8, he just left that. I mean, that could be interesting if that's the show, if he just leaves all of that behind. But no, I do think it makes a lot of sense to do a Finn series. It's just there's a lot of weird things that you have to think about when and how you place it.
Well,
but I mean, I'm interested. Again, a lot of these rumor mill things, I'm
Sure.
I don't believe a movie's happening until I'm sitting in the theater watching it. I'm is Shang-Chi even coming out? I don't know. We'll find out. I'm seeing it on Friday. But literally, because I've just been bamboozled and my hopes have gotten up so many times that I'm dead now inside.
Yeah.
Until I'm watching it, it's not happening.
Yeah.
But it would be cool. I would want it to happen. It makes a lot of sense.
Well, I mean, there's
cool.
a couple.
I'm pro this happening. just have a lot of
Oh,
questions.
for sure. I mean, there's a couple different angles we can look at this from too. I mean, so if you're gonna do it between Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker, you can send him out on his own missions. That's doable, if you ask me. Like, you can have him being sent out on his own missions.
Good.
That's a possibility. You don't need Leia per se. But I mean, we could also line this up with the fact that we were hearing a lot of shit about Daisy Ridley talking with them too recently.
Right.
We've been hearing a lot of that, and her and John Boyega are great friends. Does that mean that Rey's going to be a part of every episode of it? No, but that does mean that she can easily cameo, without a doubt, and make it make sense. So there's a possibility of that too. The other angle of it is you could do something really cool post Rise of Skywalker, even though I prefer it to be between Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker. You can do something after Rise of Skywalker where you're going to look at it from the angle of, okay, Rey's on Tatooine doing her vigilante thing or whatever. Not vigilante thing, but she's like peacekeeping, right? She's got that going on.
Skywalker thing.
Yeah. Poe is, just trying to captain the I don't know what's Poe doing. We'll find out. But then you have Finn, who all he knew was the life of fighting. You know what I mean? And here he is with no purpose. How's he get his purpose back? You could do something cool like that, I think, where you have kind of a Finn that's lost a little bit and trying to find his way again after the war, because the war can take a lot out of him. You're like, not having a war can take something from him a little bit. He could be lost in his purpose, and you can make a show about him trying to build that back up and find that again. And you can turn him, because we've had the fact that he's force sensitive get teased to us in Rise of Skywalker. You could do something along the lines of where you're going to have him become a Jedi, you know what I mean, and find his way in that. That'd be really cool. But Jose, where are you at with all of it?
Yeah, no, I was gonna say, in terms of the force sensitive thing we saw in Rise of Skywalker, I was literally gonna say that we can possibly see Rey train Finn to become a Jedi, in this show.
It'd be interesting.
I think it'd be really cool to see. In terms of him being not used enough in the movies, it kind of goes back to when we watched Rogue One with Ahmed. What was the guy's name?
Oh, Riz Ahmed.
Yeah, how they kind of didn't use him really much. It's kind of like that. We didn't get to see like John Boyega's Finn's full potential in the movie, which I feel like they'll probably pick up in the show.
Yeah.
And make him a lot better. And
yeah.
I mean, everything you guys have said has been true. I can't wait to see what they do with him and where his journey takes him. And yeah, it'd be cool to see it take place like between Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker. That'd be really cool.
And I think he's a leading man. I mean, Daisy Ridley's a massive part of Force Awakens, but when you watch Force Awakens, he's really like the guy we're following for majority of that movie. I think he's definitely proven he's a leading man. I really like him as an actor and as a talent. I think he's got a lot of charisma, and he's just really good at it.
Yeah, you don't really see that he's like a main character in these movies, but you can like subtly see that he is like a very main big role in these movies, and this show is definitely gonna help boost that. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think it could be really awesome, and I'm rooting for this to happen. That's for sure. I want him to get his due. I think that he is a really good character, and a lot of people wanted him to have more in the sequels. That was one of the big complaints coming out of it, which is, and Denno Nerd did a follow-up to this, where he was kind of going over, he received a lot of backlash for this video, and people going, why would you want this? Why would you want this? The fact of the matter is if one of your biggest complaints is that Finn was underdeveloped, why wouldn't you want this? Exactly. You should want this. This could be really, really great. This could be righting a wrong. You should be rooting for this. And, I think that, again, he's awesome. John Boyega is a great actor. I like him as a dude, and I feel bad for everything that went down with him. I kind of went through the thing where it's like, I think he should have maybe calmed. I'm not John Boyega, so I don't know where his head's at. I do feel like there was a side to what he was doing and saying that was slightly ungrateful because a lot of people would have killed to be in a Star Wars movie. And I
definitely want to be one. Like,
yeah, I mean, but on the same hand, I mean, I wasn't there. I don't know what he went through. You know what I mean? So it's a toss up. But I think that this is really good. I think this is a really great thing if it's true. And apparently, I mean, that hashtag show has been getting some shit right. They've been breaking some pretty good scoops. So, I mean,
what else did they break?
Let me
not
look
questioning
into
their
that.
authority.
No, it's fine. I know that they definitely have.
Yeah.
I heard another scoop a long time ago that was like, shit, that was right. Let me see that hashtag show. Let me see if I can Google that.
Yes.
That hashtag show. Let's see. Show.
Real quick, can we do
scoops.
a brief interlude? I have a question.
Yes.
Did you guys watch? So on Disney Plus, they dropped, I didn't hear anything about this. They dropped this Marvel one shot. It was called All Hail the King, about the Mandarin, about Ben Kingsley's The Mandarin. Have you seen this? Do you know about this? I didn't know.
Wait, what was
no
it?
idea about this shit. It's on Disney Plus.
Okay.
It's called All Hail the King, a Marvel one shot. It's like if you go to just like new on Disney Plus, it should pop up. I kind of don't want to spoil it for you because it was wild. And I have so many questions, but I don't want to even ask them because I don't want spoilers.
Oh.
But I feel like
no,
that might hint on what some of my questions are.
No
like I don't
fucking
even
way they're bringing
know
back Ben Kingsley. Come on, we know they're not.
Well, things related to a movie I'm seeing on Friday.
Right.
Locked up in prison, infamous icon Trevor Slattery agrees to meet with a documentary filmmaker.
Yeah.
That is All Hail the King.
I don't know why they would bring back Ben Kingsley personally.
It's a 13.
Watch it. They did for this thing though. They did.
It's a 13-minute.
And I watched it. Ben Kingsley is actually he reprises his role as the Mandarin.
Yeah, but I mean, like, as in like an overall thing though, does that sound like plausible to you that they would actually use that with all the backlash?
Well, it was interesting. What's all about? Does there a lot of Ben Kingsley backlash? Or the Mandarin backlash?
That character was horrible in Iron Man 3.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that I don't get. I'm sorry.
They did not,
I know that a lot of people care about that. I couldn't give less of a shit about that.
I was
just the thing. I thought I couldn't give a shit about it. But to further my point, though, I realized I've literally only seen the Iron Man movies like maybe once or twice in my life because. Also, Disney Plus also put like their Marvel Legends things that I've been watching.
Yeah,
they put out one for the 10 Rings, and after watching this All Hail the King thing, I was like, well, I'm definitely watching this immediately afterwards.
Yeah.
And I realized I was like, I didn't know shit. I was like, I had no idea that the 10 Rings were like mentioned before. I was like, I thought that was new.
Yeah. No, I mean, there's a lot of surprises.
It's not often that Marvel does something that I'm like, I have no idea what that is.
There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of surprises for you in Shang-Chi. Yeah, you'll see. There's a lot of good stuff.
It made me hyped for Shang-Chi. It really did.
Yeah, you should be.
So I have a lot of questions now. I'm like,
I know nothing about anything.
Yeah. I literally don't even, I'm not even going to verbalize on my questions.
Right, don't worry about it.
I don't want your response, nothing.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
We'll talk about it when we do a movie
We will. We'll talk about it.
Movie night on it eventually.
Yeah.
There'll be a movie night on it eventually.
Ben Kingsley, really? No, come on. What are you thinking?
He's in it though. He's in this thing. He was good in this thing. Watch the.
Yeah, but come on.
It's 13 minutes. He was good in it, and he plays into spoiler alert on the thing, but he plays into the actorness of it. That he's like a retired actor.
Yeah.
In jail.
Yeah.
That whole thing.
It'd be great if he came back. Come on, you can redeem anybody.
Yeah.
It'd be great.
They just did not need him in that movie. In that Iron Man movie, honestly, there's just no.
Oh, he's horrible in that, but he's misused.
Pretty bad.
Bring him back and use him right.
Yeah.
Maybe do something like that.
But yeah, I'm gonna go watch Shang-Chi on Saturday.
I think it'd be great. Like honestly, like you could like this would be cool.
Watch that thing before. I just feel like it's important. I didn't think that was gonna be at all when I pressed play. I didn't think important at all, and then I finished and I was like, oh my god, was that important?
This is what would be cool to me.
So that's all I'll say.
Is honestly, if this is what would be cool to me, if they like, because Marvel's so good at it. Like if they brought Ben Kingsley back and like they just like they made fun of it, like they were like really self-aware about it, like that would be a good way to do it. I think personally,
I'm down for that.
And, like a movie,
that's kind of what
you know what I mean. Yeah. Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I'm kind of down with it. Then I mean, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. You should. Friday, you're seeing it, Shang-Chi?
Yes.
Oh, okay, that's cool. But yeah,
in a theater.
In a theater,
not IMAX or anything. There's just not one literally in the state of New Mexico.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to a dine-in with reclinable seats.
Ooh,
on Saturday.
fancy.
Let's go.
But why don't they do that though? Like
Fancy.
bring Ben Kingsley back, give him a script that's like really self-aware, makes fun of him. You know what I mean? Like makes fun of the fact that like everybody hates the character. Because
I kind of don't answer the question.
I'm not answering anything.
The way you are talking about it makes me feel like Ben Kingsley is in Shang-Chi.
No, I don't like him.
The way you're describing it,
no, I don't like him. No, I don't
is
like him.
that literally that's watch the thing. Watch this one shot because it's so he's so self-referential.
I don't like him.
It's all about the fact that there's like that's what this whole thing is. So I'm like, you're literally describing how he's written in the.
No, I just think it'd be a good idea. I don't like him, but it'd be a good idea. It'd be a good way to bring it back. I don't like him. But you I mean,
God damn it.
I'm thinking personally.
I knew that shit was important.
What are you talking about?
He's got a cameo. He's got a cameo in Shang-Chi.
I fucking knew it. Knew that shit was important.
No,
or he's in the post credit. That's what it is. He's in the post.
You gotta just watch it. I don't want to say anything.
No, I'm saying
like you gotta get to watch the thing. I feel a lot of it will click into place.
What thing am we watching?
Yeah.
Just shush.
No, I'm not. I don't know, but like I think that.
No, nothing. What? There's a movie coming out?
Right.
What's a movie? I've never seen a movie.
I'm not answering any questions of yours. I'm not gonna give you anything. You think I'm giving something away?
What's a movie?
You're trying to be like, you're like he's
the Mandarin's in the post credits.
There's a feeling you get when you see something and nobody else has seen it, and then you talk about something and you think somebody else. You just think everybody just thinks you're fucking hiding shit.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. We can't. I'm sorry.
I don't know if you're lying to me though. In this moment, that's the thing.
I can't say
For
shit.
People though who talk to people
sorry.
like you, we don't know if you're lying or not. So it's just like.
What do you mean, you people?
You have to watch the movie.
What do you mean, people?
No,
like
we all can't get pre-screenings.
Italians now.
Oh no! I'm happy
people
for you.
Will see high profile movies 3 weeks early. That's what I mean. People like you.
I'm envious that you guys get to experience this on Friday, like for the first time ever.
Saturday, but yeah.
Because my favorite.
I'm seeing a matinee, so I hope the theater is hyped because you told me to see it with like a big theater, but that's the only time that it works out. That's like the only time this weekend I have available is like noon on Friday.
You do need to see
it then.
You need to see it.
So
with
I'm hoping the theater's hyped.
You need to see it with the crowd. Yeah. There are many surprises.
It is Friday though. There's like a bajillion screenings though. Like it's one every half hour. So I'm assuming they're prepping for a ton of people, and it's opening weekend of a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
And this is like the one big theater in this area. So like, if there are any Marvel fans in the area, they will be there on that day.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping they show up for the matinee.
I'll tell you this movie night we're gonna do next week. I'm excited for it. I think I'm most excited for this one. I'm hyped. Of all of them, because I'm very curious to see what you think. Because
I want to like take notes. Should I bring a notepad to the theater? I'm not gonna pull out my phone, but like I could bring a notepad, legit.
Absorb it
and just like I might
just absorb it.
Just absorb it.
Absorb that. Those surprises.
There will be spoilers written on the internet. Who am I kidding? I can probably go to the Wikipedia.
Yeah, there probably already are. There probably already are.
And it's probably already there.
It's there. It's all there.
If I'll remember shit. I'm not gonna forget anything.
Yeah, you'll see them sometime.
Who am I kidding? This is the internet.
Experience is me that good.
So I just gotta experience it because the rest of the time the internet will do the rest.
Actually, I know for a fact there's a spoiler out there. I'm just saying.
I'm not looking for him. So.
Yeah, neither. I've actually tried to stay off anything about that movie. Yeah. I'm actually just so excited to go Saturday and watch this thing.
Mm-hmm. Literally, the Marvel one-shot thing was the most I had honestly thought about Shang-Chi. The most I had had anticipation for it, or had thought about what it might be about. You know what I mean? That was the hardest I ever thought about it.
Because of Ben Kingsley?
Literally, yes. And I watched the Marvel Legends on the 10 Rings.
I think you're
but
nuts.
I was like, it started. The gears started. My gears hadn't started to click on what this movie might be about, but they have now.
I don't know.
Is what I'm saying. So I'm hyped.
They won't do it, but I'm saying
it did what the Bond trailer wanted to do and made me more excited.
They won't do it because it's Ben Kingsley and all the backlash. And I mean, Ben Kingsley's great in general, but the backlash, they won't do it. I just think, personally, the best way to do it, bring it back in a movie where they're very self-aware and they make fun of it. That's like you were saying in the video, right?
Mm-hmm.
That'd be the best way to go.
No one's going to the screening on Friday in Atlanta, man. Like, there's like no seats cocked yet.
Ooh.
Damn.
Interesting.
I want to go with like a big audience, but
Yeah.
like, no one's getting tickets yet, man.
There'll be people there. They'll show up last minute.
I sure hope so, because I want to be. Like,
I will be hyped nonetheless. Like,
because Dom was telling me how
the
experience was that much better when it was like a full theater.
It's good. A lot of surprises.
I've been one to like. I'm not that much into like crowd peer pressure. Like there were literally times where like I was a very pretentious teenager, if I'm not very pretentious now. But like I've been to like school plays where everybody stood up and did a standing ovation, and like I did not. Like if I don't like something, I'm like not gonna like it. But same if something's really good and getting me hyped, like even if the crowd is not like excited, like if something cool happens, I will audibly.
I think the last time
know that I thought it was cool. You know what I mean?
The last time that happened,
you'll know.
The last time that happened to me, like when I went to it was for Avengers Endgame out. The theater was completely packed. Like there was no open seats.
Mm-hmm.
And that scene where like everyone came back from the dead, like the whole theater just stood up and started clapping and cheering. Yeah. It was it was like the best experience ever, man. It was awesome.
I like couldn't hear the music. I remember it was so loud. I could remember like not being able to really hear the music during that.
I can hear any.
And that score was so good. I remember like I had to, because I have that it's called Portals like saved on my phone, and I like specifically went back to listen to that specifically because I remember not being able to hear it in the theater because people were screaming so loud.
I can hear the next.
I love that song.
The next lines that were being said in the movie, I can hear because everyone was still like cheering and screaming loud and clapping.
Yeah, that happens a lot like at jokes too. Like people, that kind of pisses me off sometimes, not gonna lie. It's a little bit of a pet peeve when you're in a movie and everyone's like having a great time. Like this happens at Marvel movies all the time, and there will be a joke, everybody will laugh, and then someone else will make a second joke immediately after, say something about it that's also really funny, but I can never hear it.
Can I say,
so I never know what they end up saying. I always just hear the first half.
I'm gonna say this about Shang-Chi without spoiling it, but like genuinely, because the post
there are moments like that.
Well, I'm gonna say this: the first post-credit scene in Shang, there's two, by the way, so stay for the whole thing. But the first
I've been the last person to leave in every single movie that I've seen in the last in 2021. Every movie I've seen in this past year, I have been the last person to leave.
That was me.
That
was me for F9 and Black Widow when I went to watch those in theaters. I was the last one to leave for those movies.
I'll say this.
I stay for everything. I just enjoy watching the credits genuinely. Like even if there's none.
Oh no, that's not
I
me.
Know.
I just
I'm weird.
know that.
I like it.
I just know those.
I like watching the trailers and the credits. Yeah.
Oh no, yeah. I go for like I went to
part
F9.
of the experience for me.
I went to F9 like an hour early just to see all the trailers. But no,
I leave like an hour early.
All the big movies, I just stay till the end because I know there's gonna be post-credit scenes. I literally stay until the last, like I stay until like the screen's black and then I leave.
During Black Widow, there was a family who sat right next. I went with my mom, and there was a family who sat right next to us, and they like immediately got up and left once the credits started. But everybody else stayed, and I was like, "Are they new?" And I was like, "Well, they might be new because they were with their small children." But I was like, are they gonna throw a hissy fit? Do you have to be somewhere? Like, I was like, it's Black Widow. It's 2021. We are in a post Endgame world, and you still don't know to stay after a Marvel movie. I was like, I don't, but they were the only one that stayed. I was very impressed. Because there's been like even like Endgame and Infinity War, there were people that left, like a chunk of people that left.
Back to the point I was
one
making.
Or two groups.
Back to the point I was making.
Yeah, he hates Ben Kingsley.
Yeah, Ben Kingsley. I've never heard Benjamin.
He's fine.
Kingsley.
He's fine. I like his monkey. He's got a cool monkey.
Yeah, he's been in some movies.
Yeah. No,
he works in Hollywood.
So the first post-credit scene is actually unbelievable in Shang-Chi. I don't know what the fuck they were saying in it though. Like, I mean, because
really?
people were so loud. Oh my god. Yeah,
It makes me excited.
The movie got 2 standing ovations throughout it. Like it was insane because the first one was right when the credits rolled, and then the second one was after the last post-credit scene. And then, but people were so loud still in the first post-credit scene because of what happens, and I don't know what they were saying in it. I couldn't tell you.
How far are they in between? Like, tell me if I'm right. So, like, the movie ends.
Yeah.
There's like the main thing with the main actors and everything. And it's like an animated thing, and then it ends, and then there's a post, and then there's a credit scene, and then the trailers run, and then after the trailers there's a post-credit scene, and then probably like Shang-Chi will return, and then
pretty
Disney
much
logo, it ends. Am I correct?
Pretty much.
Is that how it goes down?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, they have there's
I don't want to be shocked. Like, I don't want to be like thrown off, you know what I mean?
You'll be shocked, but I mean,
like, I'm gonna be shocked, but I want to know when it's coming.
The no,
like,
I
remember
mean,
Guardians 2 when it was just like 7, and that was a lot. I remember being like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Yeah.
Too much.
The first one is okay, so like the movie ends, and then they get to the first one. Yeah, they do the animation thing. Yeah, and then they do the mid-credit scene, not really a post-credit. Right. And the mid-credit one is the one that's like it got people stoked. Like, nice. They're stoked. Like, they were loud. I don't know what they were saying in that scene. I it's funny because like I know what it has to do with, but I don't know what was going on because people were so loud. In the first one. The second one is the one where it's like it's kind of like a little bit less. It wasn't as loud for the second one, but it's the one that because they've done this in Marvel movies before. Okay, so I'll say this. The first one has to do with like actual in-universe implications. The second one does too, but it's more to do with in-universe implications that are based more on the movie that you just saw. You know what I mean? So it's like it's kind of like you don't really know what it all means yet, but you know it has to do with the movie you just saw.
Yeah.
The first one has to do with the movie you just saw, but it also has to do with a bunch of other things that are coming. So that's
that makes a lot of sense. The first one's like dropping the bomb. Holy shit, get fucking ready, guys. You don't even know what's ready.
For sure.
And then the second one is like, this is the post-credit scene of Shang-Chi. Like, this is not like, get fucking ready, guys. This is the post-credit scene of the movie you just saw versus get ready. You know?
Yeah.
There's a difference that I understand what you mean. I feel like most people understand with that.
I know we typically don't tell each other till movie night, but since we can't do it till this Wednesday, just go ahead and text me your unbelievably excited reaction. But yeah, just go ahead and text me your unbelievably excited reaction afterward. Since I did for you.
Film it. If I'm really hyped, I might like film a reaction.
I want you to because
in my car, hot off the press.
This is the thing. I guess we could make this Shang-Chi sort of like let's get hyped type segment here because like honestly like I want to set you up like without spoiling it, like what you're in for without spoiling anything. Because for Samee, I know for a fact there's a lot of shit in here that she loves, like that she's gonna be hyped about. Jose, I'm not sure yet.
I've been thinking about this.
Yeah.
Now that here's the thing, just real quick, because I've been thinking about this since the gears in my brain about what I think may or may not go down in Shang-Chi have started. I've been thinking like, oh man, I think I might really like this movie. This movie sounds dope as hell.
You have to realize,
is hard because I love Black Widow, man. So it's gonna take a lot for me to be like this was better than Black Widow. But the gears are turning because I believe you when you say that there's like very exciting things that are gonna blow my mind.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't like Black Widow that much, and just from the trailer alone, I feel like I'm gonna like Shang-Chi so much more.
I think both of you will. I feel like
that's going to be the overall opinion.
I think both of you will like Shang-Chi, even Samee. Like, Samee's, like, if Samee, for you, like, liking Black Widow more, I'm still going to go a hard maybe on that. Because, like, it's possible that you do because of your strong opinion toward that movie, but I still think even with what I know, it's a hard maybe for Black Widow at this point, for you to like that one better. But let me say this though, because I want everybody to have the right expectation. Because I was telling you not that long ago, Samee, when I first saw it about the epic third act, and it's epic. It's endgame levels of epic. But I want you guys to have the right expectation. It's not endgame levels of epic in a fan servicey type of way. So don't think that. It's epic in its own original way. It's epic in its own context of the universe. You don't expect like a ton of fan
Captain Marvel
service.
still shows up halfway in the middle though.
Why do you say that?
Right. I was trying to see if you would slip. I wanted to know.
No, I want to know honestly why you think it though, because we had this discussion a long time ago.
I was saying that because I really hope Brie Larson makes a cameo.
Why?
And I hope Captain Marvel because
why in this movie?
Because she has been in what's the director's name again?
The Dustin Daniel Cretton. Dustin Daniel Cretton. Yeah.
The name of the director you just said.
Yeah.
She's in every single one of his movies.
Yeah.
She's like the Easter egg I hear. I've actually never seen any of the other movies. I don't think
that is,
but I know that's the rumor on the block is that she's in all of his movies, and I think it'd be cool if Captain Marvel was in here because also this is post Endgame. Don't answer that question, but in my head, I believe this to be post Endgame.
Well,
I think that's really interesting.
Let me say this
to show where Captain Marvel is post Endgame. I want to know.
It's a good theory, but let me say this, and I said it. If you watch my non-spoiler review, I said she's in all his movies. Wink, wink.
I did, yeah.
I'm gonna say this. It's important to remember that she's in all his movies. But
well, I mean, the whole movie, like she could literally be the last 5 seconds of the second post-credit scene, and I'd still be happy.
But
you know what I mean? I'm not expecting her to be like a main character. I want to see Captain Marvel. I want her to have a line. I want her to be acknowledged that she is here.
But
that's the bare minimum for me, and I'd be happy.
But it's important to remember she's in all of his movies. But in the same time,
sorry.
No, you're fine.
You said that was really funny.
Don't. It's fine. Don't expect a lot of fan service in this movie. Okay. Like, if you want your favorite characters to pop up left and right in this thing, you're going in with the wrong expectation for this. You got to look at this as Marvel really branching out and making something very new. But
and it's Shang-Chi's origin story. Am I right on that account? You know, and you can't expect. I mean, like the same like Spider-Man: Homecoming. We had Tony Stark and everything, cameos here and there, but again, that I'd say was a very satisfying movie, but again, not in a fan servicey way, but still.
Wait. Which one again? Sorry, real quick.
Like Homecoming, Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Oh, Spider-Man.
How that was able to do.
Right.
That was able to do a good origin story, but still keep that Marvel fan servicey thing.
That's the thing.
And satisfy both, but not too fan servicey.
That's the thing.
That's not the point of it.
Don't even expect that though. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, don't even expect that. Like, expect.
Basically, what I'm hearing. I was about to say, what I'm hearing is just expect the unexpected. That's what I'm hearing at this point.
Yeah.
Really, though, it's the truth. But I see, like, as I don't want to overhype it when I say that this movie is just as epic as an Endgame or anything, because it is. It's just it 100% is. But I
mean, 2 standing ovations. I'd expect so.
Yeah. I mean, Mark is probably gonna hate this movie. I'm throwing that out there right now. He's probably gonna watch this and go, they didn't show.
What's the latest on the Rotten Tomatoes score? I'm looking it up right now.
It's 91%. It has a higher score.
I was
gonna
say the critics have loved this movie too. I've literally not heard
it has a higher.
Can't say a bad thing I've heard about it.
I just read an article saying Shang-Chi broke an MCU record for one of the highest debuting Rotten Tomatoes scores of any MCU movie.
It's high, and it's high for a reason. That's why.
Also, why is Ben Kingsley in the cast for Shang-Chi?
Is he?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, weird. Does Ben Kingsley rhymes with is a weird way to spell Brie Larson? Am I right? Am I right, Dom?
No, I mean,
in the cast,
she's in all
in the cast. It says that
I think it's
someone called Trevor Slattery.
Oh, I think it's honestly because everybody has
one shot.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. You know what? But I'm watching that. I'm doing it.
But that's probably what it was, though. I'm saying, like, because so many anybody could add anybody to that cast list. You know that, right? Like on the internet, they can.
He's
so,
he's in the movie.
No, I'm saying like anybody can add anybody to that cast list. I'm assuming people like Samee saw the thing and they were like, "Yeah, shit, he's probably in Shang-Chi," but I don't know.
Don't do that to me. Don't turn this on me.
I'm not. I'm saying like, no, you didn't put him in the cast. I'm saying people like you had a theory and they probably added it. That happens all the time, by the way. We see that all the time in cast lists, so don't even take that.
Also, I just saw that Brie Larson isn't in every single Destin Daniel Craig movie.
She's been in the last two. She's been prominent in the last two.
Yeah, Just Mercy and
Glass Castle. Right, yeah. I know that one.
But
she wasn't in his some 2017 movie he directed.
It's important to remember, though. It's just important to remember. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm not saying she's.
Yeah, she has a cameo for sure.
There's definitely something Captain Marvel related. There's definitely something Captain Marvel related.
She's known for being in all of his films. That's just important. That's
more or less. That's probably a better way to put it. There's definitely something Brie Larson related in there. That's all I'll say.
Wow. Okay, we'll take it.
I got the critics consensus right now on the tomato meter, Rotten Tomatoes, is Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings isn't entirely free of Marvel's familiar formula, but this exciting origin story expands the MCU in more ways than one.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
I've heard great things about like the acting, the production design, the comedy, the writing seems to be great. I'm like, sounds like I'm gonna love it.
Well, that's perfect because
all the ingredients are there.
It's a perfect way to sum it up because I've been telling you, Samee, since I saw it. It definitely has the most implications, I think, on the overall universe of any of the MCU properties we've seen as of late.
Yeah.
And it definitely does expand the universe in big ways. Big ways. Mm-hmm. Big ways.
This is huge. I just thinking if it's really like as huge as I'm thinking it could be, that's kind of wild. Then Eternals is coming right after that.
Yeah.
Cinematically.
Yeah, I
really
agree.
Just said throw them in.
They've
seen Loki, they've seen WandaVision, just throw them in the deep end.
I agree.
Just do it.
You know, the trailer of Eternals looks pretty good.
I agree. People have been shitting all over it. I think it's a great trailer.
Yeah, it is.
Oh yeah, that wasn't to like that wasn't shit all over it. It's just a lot of world expansion things.
A lot of people shit on it.
They're like, we're just throwing.
Well, I mean, a lot of people.
It's all incredible, epic, awesome perfection. Yeah. Epicness, but it's a lot. It feels a little bit like being thrown in the deep end.
You know, in the same way, a lot of people are kind of shitting on Shang-Chi right now too, but for the wrong
reasons. They think the movie's gonna suck before it's gonna suck, or before they see it. You know,
I told you, you know, I read the article. I told you about the reason why people are trying to boycott the movie. It's dumb.
Yeah.
They want to boycott it because they say Awkwafina has a black accent. Like, what? Because she's Asian and she has a black accent. You want to boycott this movie?
She's still Asian through and through. I mean,
does she do anything other than her normal voice? Dom,
she's amazing in this movie. She's amazing in this movie. That's
because I will say she does kind of have that. I don't want to say it's not like a twang, but it is kind of like an accent, you know, in her voice. But that's just her normal voice. I've never not heard her speak like that.
I personally think
you're choosing now to get mad about that.
I feel like this is complete shaming personally toward her. I think that's wrong. Secondly,
she almost sounds like she sounds like an Asian Cardi B to me. Like.
Secondly,
she sounds like I never was like, oh, that's a thing. I'm like, that's just the way she talks, dog.
It's cancel culture these days. They want to take any bit that they can from any movie and just completely crap.
They need to go see this movie because this is probably the most grounded I've ever seen Awkwafina. I mean, she's funnier than hell in the movie. She's hilarious, but it's a different kind of way than she usually is. I have not seen
The Farewell, so I will not be able to.
Right, but it's a different type of way than Awkwafina's been funny in other things. Like, she's extremely grounded, and when it comes to Asian culture, she embraces it more than a lot of other.
She was amazing. She was amazing in Crazy Rich Asians.
She's great in that movie. Yeah.
Great, yeah.
She's great in that. She's great in Jumanji, and she's great in this.
Oh yeah.
Farewell. I mean, she's fantastic. I mean, lately, and she's really been killing it. This is one of the most grounded roles she's ever had. I feel like, as far as being a character. And this is the other. Can we bring these up really? Hang on, guys. Oh, we're gonna bring these up really quick because these are the most ball bag.
One little quick thing before you, just to say that I found a showing on Saturday to an AMC dine-in theater where half the theater's packed, so I'm going to that.
Go to that one.
Nice.
You'll have fun, man.
Nice.
So ready, man.
Guys, this is gonna be, honestly, I'm really not trying to overhype it, but
I'm
I think
really
it's
excited.
I think it's gonna be some of the most
I don't
fun
think
you'll
you're
have.
I don't think you're overhyping it. You're just hyping it because I mean it's
Mhm.
from what I've seen, especially from critics on Rotten Tomatoes, it's like an amazing movie. So
I think this will be some of the most fun
Yeah.
you've had with the Marvel movie in a long time. Like, I really do. It's so
I mean,
good.
it's got one of the highest Rotten Tomato ratings of all the MCU movies. So
Yeah.
It's a blast.
And
dude.
again for me, I like love Black Widow so much. And again, not that like I have to put them against each other, but like I still have some reservations, you know what I mean? So I'm not like, I feel like I'm really gonna love it and it's gonna be great, but you know what I mean? Like for me, it's not overhyping it because I still have like those
See, and
little
I'm not gonna lie. I'm
reservations.
not gonna lie.
Yeah.
My favorite part of Black Widow was the end credits.
It was great.
That was
I know, I
that
love
was
that end
literally my
credit
favorite
scene.
part of the whole movie.
I will
Yeah.
give you a small. This is not a spoiler. This is a small hint of what to expect, though. I love the MCU. You guys know this. I think there's so many great movies in it. I would never, ever have put anything in the MCU to compete with the Harry Potter movies, though, because that's like my jam. This competes with the Harry Potter movies.
Shit.
So,
Well,
competes.
I mean, I guess that's not too hard for me because I don't really like the Harry Potter movies like that. I was never the biggest fan. I haven't even seen any of the Fantastic Beasts just because they just don't interest me.
It's
God
just,
bless you.
Sammy, all I'm saying is there's a lot of shit
Stay
in
pure.
here. There's a lot of shit in here that you love. That's all I'm going to say. But
All right.
I want to pull these up because
Yeah.
I want to talk about these idiotic comments that I got. Not all of them. Some people were respectful. Okay. So we got.
I actually love reading. I love reading through these because I just like replying to them and just completely crapping all over.
So we got Brandon Spencer who says, Jake. He says this review is sponsored by Disney. JK, bro. I'm glad to see people giving this movie praise, especially lesser known channels. No offense. I don't take offense to that. That's fine. What he said there's nothing wrong with that. That's cool. If we're a lesser known channel, he's just stating a fact.
I bet you
That's
wish
true.
you were sponsored by
It's
Disney.
not wrong.
I do wish I was sponsored by Disney. But I promise you, even if I was sponsored by Disney, I wouldn't go out of my way to lie about one of their movies.
I know that's what I mean, but like that's still that would be sick.
So I replied, I was like, hey, thanks for viewing. And I LOL, we ain't shills around here. And he goes, this is what rubs me the wrong way about some of these people. He says, no problem. He goes, one question though, and I'm not trying to start any debate. You know this is going to be good. Did the movie have a whole lot of SJW pandering in it? Or did it try to stay a fun martial arts adventure movie? Okay, here's the thing. This SJW thing, I don't even like talking about it because it's fucking bullshit. This SJW thing. This is they're taking a slogan and they're twisting it to be a negative thing. If you have a woman in there that's trying to, bring some social justice, there's no problem with that. But that said, it has been used wrong. That said, I mean, like, we all know that women have been mistreated in these movies. They haven't felt like natural characters from time to time. I think
Black Widow was the apology letter.
Exactly. And
for me.
Oh no, yeah, 100%,
on that.
yeah. 100%.
And I feel the same way about this movie in a way too, with the way that Awkwafina is treated. I think that they, just like they did with the females in Black Widow, Awkwafina is treated with that same respect, I feel like. So here's the way I put it. I said, nothing in Shang-Chi feels forced. It would really take you back to how action martial arts movies used to be, which is true. And I said, everything feels natural and it feels like one of the least preachy, quote unquote, of the franchise. If that makes sense. You should be thrilled with it. Thanks again. And then some other idiot.
Any of them preachy though? That just popped into my mind. Would you call any of the Marvel movies preachy?
I meant to put preachy in quotes because I know what he's trying to say, and I meant to put preachy in quotes. I don't personally call the movies preachy.
But to further that, what I really mean is like, why does he assume that this movie has a social justice
that's the
undertone
thing. I know,
or overtone?
I'm trying to stay out of it.
What about the MCU expects you to believe that they would do that?
Right.
The answer is like nothing.
I mean, I guess
I don't know why. I don't know him. I'm not gonna claim anything.
Of course. No, the reason
it is true. Like it all depends on how it's done. Like there is a way to promote good social causes in film and not have it be tacky or overbearing,
Right.
and there's a way to do it successfully through art and creativity and all of that. It depends on all of that, so it's different every single time.
It's fine.
But like, what about the MCU is making you feel like Shang-Chi might I feel like it's external factors. It's not the movie.
Right. And I'm gonna tell you the reason
that he's really talking
the
about.
reason I put it the way that it did, is because I think it does really play the most naturally of a lot of these movies, because I really feel like Awkwafina is just as much of a character as Shang-Chi's character. You know what I mean? Like, and that's why I put it the way I did, is where nothing feels forced, because she is just as strong. You'll see, they do Awkwafina with such respect, and I was so thrilled to see it. But I think that the fact that that is kind of social justice within itself is going to go right over this man's head, because of the way that it's played so naturally.
And yeah,
you know what I mean?
This is a bigger.
It's a bigger discussion.
The question I'm about to pose is a way bigger discussion, but it's interesting that anytime we talk about like a strong female character, it must be politicized, or it must be a feminist.
It's got to be SJW.
If she's strong,
why I hate it. That's why I hate it.
If she's strong, it must be because they're pushing a liberal agenda. And they want to legalize abortion federally, maybe this story just called for this character to be written a certain way, and that it's a female and that she doesn't look like you bros.
Yeah.
But get over it. Like, sorry, cry about it.
The only one
women have been crying about it and getting over it in media forever. You can do it too.
The only one that I would say, the only one in the MCU, the only instance that I'm going to bring up that I do feel like felt a little forced, like a little too forced, was the one in Infinity War. She's not alone. I'm not saying that's politicizing anything. That just felt a little forced.
No, I agree.
That's the only one. That's the only one. But I don't have a problem with that woman team up thing, though. Yeah. I don't have a problem with that.
It was just the thing of there was no other reason for all of these women to be at the same place at the same time and to team up together, other than girl boss, girl power. That's the thing. You know what I mean? Like, if it's story based, and that's what I'm saying, like the creativity is there and it's an artistic choice and it's for the story, then then it doesn't need to explain itself. It doesn't need to be a political statement. But that was forcing itself to be something that didn't need to be a political statement forced itself.
But the other reason,
the one part I like from that scene, is when they got Pepper Potts in the suit. That was pretty cool.
The other thing that the other reason I said it the way I did, though, to the reply, though, is because not just SJW, because I hate the term in general. It's fucking stupid. You know what I mean? It's like, it's been spun to be such a negative thing. It's been spun to be such a negative thing that's why I don't like to get involved with that term. But the reason I'm saying it the way I did, go ahead.
And there are definitely, like, I've been exposed to this recently. There are a large group of people, especially on Twitter, who
cancel culture.
Who know that they're problematic and know that they could lose power, or they fear being called out, so they just call everybody else out instead. And they don't want to think about their own microaggressions and their own personal biases. So instead of thinking about it in themselves, they just call it out for everybody else, because nobody can say that I'm racist if I'm calling out all these celebrities all the time. What do you mean? I called them out on their bullshit. I'm not bad. That's what I'm talking about. There's that group of people who do exist.
So
they're scared about being called out themselves.
I was gonna say they're too scared to say it to people's faces as well. That they know they can say it on social media and get away with it.
Exactly. Social media made it.
And then they have so many people back then that they can get away with it.
But the other reason
that's why Twitter's going downhill, is just because this whole cancel culture is just.
But the other reason I think this gentleman is going to enjoy this movie, I don't agree with his way of thinking, but I think the reason he's going to enjoy this one in particular is because this does, as of late, have the least general political messages in a Marvel thing. And it really just feels like it's going back to, let's make a really fun movie. But without disrespecting the fact that we are dealing with female characters too. Like, because it definitely shows just as much respect to their female characters as it does their male characters. I'm blown away because the movie is called Shang-Chi, right? But Awkwafina is such an equal counterpart to him in this. Like, without giving anything away, they really made her such an equal counterpart. I didn't expect that, but they did it in such a natural way where this movie just really feels concerned about its audience having fun. That's why I think this gentleman's going to like it, is because everything's so natural and the movie's not concerned. Because like we think back to like, and I love this personally, but we think back to like Falcon Winter Soldier, where they had to have a political message at the end of it, which I loved. I thought it was good, but sometimes I just want to sit back and shove some popcorn in my face and have fun. And this does that while being a very well-directed movie, having all of its characters being top-notch, not, throwing anybody under the rug. You know what I mean? And it's just, everything about this is just equally as strong as everything else. It's just, everything works, and it's so natural. And it does feel least preachy in that way, too, to where it's like, we're not going to try to do any political messages. We're not going to necessarily try to relate this to the real world. We just want you guys to sit back and have fun. And I haven't seen something like that in the MCU in a long time, where it's just been like, just sit back and have fun. Maybe the Spider-Man movies, but other than that, like, I can't think of something that's been like, as natural. It's where it's done so naturally, but also has this epicness to it, to where it's like, it drives it home. You know what I mean? It's an A+ movie. It's hard for me to say it's not. It's an A+ film. I mean, it really is. Anyway, so this other idiot, after I mentioned that's the least preachy, so this movie's really good. It's like, come on, go watch the movie.
Is that what they said?
Yeah, this movie's really good. Yeah, because there's
nice.
Yeah, whatever. All right.
I don't know. Have they seen it? Very few.
I don't think so. I think he's
basing.
Nice. He was replying to my comments, so I'm assuming he's basing it off the fact that, God forbid, we throw in strong female characters.
I get it.
Yeah. Anyway, Awkwafina's great. She's strong in this, so this guy might be disappointed. Who knows?
Yeah. Yeah. I said it once, and I'll say it again, man. Women are just people.
Yeah.
They're not a political statement. They're not an agenda. They're not an opposition. They're just people.
What I love about the movie.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
They are just always people.
It's the same thing with colored people. I mean, everyone tries to just.
They're exactly that.
They're just people.
Yes.
We all bleed red. Like, we don't bleed differently. Like,
just people.
Tell me, do you bleed?
We're all the same. Tell me, do you bleed blue or do you bleed
your life as a member of society on Earth becomes a lot better and clearer and happier, I think, once you just fully understand that we're all just people.
Yeah. I think,
like, just if you don't understand that completely, sit with that. Just be like, every single person you've ever met and will ever meet is just a person.
That's what cancel culture fails to do.
Oh my gosh, literally.
I genuinely,
because they're just scared. People are just scared of being called out themselves, and they know that they're problematic, and that's how that's how they're sleeping at night. Is they're like, well, I call all these people out, so it's fine.
They're privileged white people.
And they have the privilege to do that, exactly, because they're not faced with all of the bullshit every single day, so they can forget about it.
And other stuff like that,
they can forget about it when they want to, because it's not real for them.
Yeah. 100%. This is the next stupid comment. This one made me a little bit more upset. So this is what was said, and it's not that the man's being disrespectful. I just think he has a very skewed vision of how movie reviews work. But this comes from Dwayne. It's weird that for a movie that's reviewed so good, the movie is practically written off by the studio. Which, by the way, I do agree the marketing has been a little bit poor for how good this movie is. I'll agree with that statement.
We talked about that on our last show.
It's been poor
I've
for
seen
how
this
good it
trailer
is.
multiple times.
Yeah.
I've seen this trailer on TV multiple times where it starts out with like meet a new hero, but it's like a montage of like a classic Avengers, and before you see anything of Shang-Chi, and I was like, the fuck?
I agree with that point. I agree with this point.
The trailers I've seen on YouTube have been pretty cool.
They're cool, but they're not like
That's just the most that I've seen on TV.
They're not pushing it.
I was gonna say, because the ones I always see on YouTube make me just even like, it makes me excited every day more and more.
Don't get me wrong, I've seen the trailer a lot, but it just doesn't feel like they've been pushing it as much as they should, because this movie deserves a lot more push.
Well, maybe they just can't put out too much because they don't want to spoil.
Well, footage-wise, yes, I do agree, because there is a lot they can't show. But anyway, that's...
You can still advertise. We know who the main characters are. Like, push them.
Right.
Yeah.
They need to do a little bit more. So I agree with this point there. It's been practically written off by the studio. Okay, fair enough. But then he said, He says, sign of no confidence, which I don't necessarily think is true, but okay. And then he said, either the movie isn't good, or it's a mistake to make such a non-typical Marvel movie with martial arts, which I disagree with highly. He says, when the mainstream media gives this is what pisses me off. When the mainstream media gives really good reviews to martial arts movies like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, he put in parentheses a long time ago, I thought it was overrated, which that's his opinion, but a lot of people just thought that movie was good. Don't put me in a box of mainstream media. I had my review out the second the embargo lifted, so I hadn't heard people's reviews overall. So don't put me in a fucking box with everybody else's reviews saying that I'm just going to like it just because the rest of the mainstream media liked it. I didn't know what the mainstream media thought of it at the time. I just went by my own opinion. I put my review out the second the embargo lifted. So this guy has no idea what he's talking about.
You got a nice bit of views from that video too.
Yeah, and he goes, anyway, so he said, Crouch Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Yeah, breathe, Dom. It's just, it's a faceless.
breathe.
It's a faceless comment of a person. Go to your happy place.
No, I'm just tired of people
it's not a real it is a real person, but it doesn't have to be in this moment.
All right, yeah, but so he said, okay, whatever. And this is the other thing he said. Okay, I thought it was overrated, right? So then he says, even Black Panther wasn't as good as they said, which that's his opinion. But he says, so if the public bites with repeat viewing as Black Panther, then Shang-Chi will survive.
Okay. That Black Panther comment has put me in a bad mood.
Wait, read that last sentence again.
So
what do you say? So
I don't know what he even means by this. So if the public bites with viewing as Black Panther, then Shang-Chi will survive. I believe Shang-Chi will survive. I agree with him on that.
There's no way Shang-Chi will be successful unless they do repeat viewings. Is that what he's saying?
I guess. I don't know.
Like, if it's not, I guess, watched over and over and over again like Black Panther has been, then it won't survive. But
anyway, so
I feel like it will.
I took the high road here. I said, agreed. The marketing strategy for Shang-Chi has been odd. I said, the fact is, though, everything is subjective. The review here is positive because the one reviewing it genuinely enjoyed the movie. It's not a part of a conspiracy to go with the mainstream media. If you didn't like Black Panther, you may not like this one either, or you may. The film is so highly received because people genuinely enjoyed it. It's always unpredictable, but it's always worth giving it a go. Like, I think that's just, like, it's just bullshit to, like, sit there. This is what makes me mad. It's not just him. It's so many other people on the internet think that us as reviewers, not that I'm, like, this high outstanding critic or anything, but I've been to press screenings, and I've seen shit, and I just so happen to have come out with the same opinion that other reviewers had at the time. And it has nothing to do with the fact that that's where I'm supposed to go. I rarely read or see reviews anymore these days. I just watch the movies and I give my opinion. That's what makes me mad about it. And I think a lot of other critics out there who are working hard to make a living are doing the exact same thing. Not everybody's a shill just because they like something that you don't. You know, that's what makes me mad. It's like if a critic likes something that you didn't like, and a lot of critics liked something that you didn't like, that doesn't make them shills. They're film critics, so they see films very differently than a lot of casual viewers. People like us who watch movies, people like us who watch movies, I'm not calling you guys critics necessarily, but I don't want to put you in that box, but like people like us who watch movies over and over and over again and watch so many movies and see everything when it comes out, we're going to look at movies differently. Because we're looking for something different than a lot of casual viewers are. You look at somebody like Mark's a very good friend of mine and all, but you look at him and what he wants is fan service out of everything. You know, it's like, if he has fan service, then he's happy. If he has fan service, that movie should win the Oscar. I highly disagree with that personally, but in his mind, that's how it should go. If the movie has fan service, then that's the movie that gets the Oscar. If it has Willem Dafoe or Nicolas Cage, that movie should win every Oscar. That's just not how the world works, though. Critics aren't looking for that. We're looking for, like, things that can blow our minds, things that are different, things that are original. And a lot of casual viewers don't understand
things that will make us want to watch it over and over again.
Right.
And enjoy it every time. And enjoy it, even more the next time we watch it.
What's your take, Samee?
Because here's the thing. I got a take on this. Because it kind of pisses me off in general that we as a society, that I'm like, you want to go into like that monologue at the end of Ratatouille, like the life of a critic is difficult. They offer up their art and we like eat it alive, whatever he says.
Right.
But like the thing, it pisses me off that the thing people don't understand about criticism, that all forms of criticism is at the end of the day, in my personal opinion, and there's a lot of literature written about this, a lot of people argue this as well. Oscar Wilde has wrote about this, that criticism at the end of the day is overall not a absolute like definition and description of the thing that it's criticizing.
It's just always
it is a
opinion,
personal reflection of the person.
Exactly.
It says more. It's kind of, people talk about how criticism's like an autobiography of a person, and that's always how I look at it, that someone's criticism says more. It says more about a person than the thing they're critiquing. When you watch someone's critique,
it's their personal,
it's
their personal experience.
It's always
take on just how they watch the movie. Yeah,
because there's so many factors, and that's the thing you have to go about criticism. That's why like there's so many different critics, and you got to find the ones that you like or the ones you don't like.
Right.
And a lot of like well-rounded film watchers will do that and watch people they disagree with and do agree with, and that's how they figure it out. And so the thing about people who are in criticism like professionally, or like, you know, Dom, myself, not professionally, but like review a lot of movies and stuff, that we, you know, amateur
Sure.
critics.
Yeah, like Dom and I, how we're doing it with the Star Wars movie.
Right.
Now.
Yeah. It's like
that you get to a point where you just have seen so many movies and you've done so many things, and you have given your personal opinion through these films so many times that you learn. And again, this happens throughout different moments in history. We get tired of different things, like 40s and 50s, like musicals were big, and then the 60s, like and 70s came and they were killed, and now they're kind of having a resurgence. People want different things at different times, therefore criticism from that time, you know, is valid. So things change over time, and we just want different things at different times. So modern critics at this point in time, in the modern age, we're at a point where like we've fucking seen it all, man. Like we have seen every cliche, we've seen all the bullshit. What else do you have? Like that's why a lot of us like the kind of weird and different choices, and MCU is so great because it's doing these massive things on screen that we've never seen before. That is what we want at this point. So and it's just a point of our age and where we're at. So it bugs me when people are like, well, I don't agree with you on this, so this is why you're wrong, or well, I think differently, so I need to tell you why you're wrong. And it was like, we're not claiming that this is the end all be all. This is what the movie is.
Like this,
no, because nobody is. Nobody. Critic is. If any critic claims to be the end all be all, they're bullshitting you, and they just want your money. Like they're lying to you, and they know they're lying to you.
It's not critical.
This isn't a right or wrong world that we live in. This is just this is my opinion. This is your opinion. At the end of the day,
which again, bigger question we talk about all the time. How while the Oscars are freaking insane, that it's like, which art is the best at doing art this year, because it's so objective and so insane to be like, well, who gets to decide what art is good and what art is good? Because again, there's some people who'd be like, I don't know, like Last Jedi, whatever, it's the first movie that popped into my head, to be nominated for best picture, and some people would be like, Over My Dead Body. We're all different. There's no end all be all. You can't take it as the gospel because a critic like says something. That's my hot take on that.
No,
I'm an English major in college too.
You're absolutely right. And here's the thing,
I've talked a lot about this.
Here's the thing,
like when that 1917 movie won the Oscar for whatever it won it for, people probably wouldn't have agreed with that because they didn't.
Things I think.
The cinematography.
Cinematography.
Wonderful. People,
in my opinion,
loved it. But other people, probably didn't like it. They probably didn't. They don't like war movies. This is your opinion. Like, exactly.
No, nobody's right or wrong. It's just like I don't like being boxed in. But here's the thing. Like I don't like being boxed in because like my opinion is that way because other critics' opinions are that way. That's what I hate. But here's the thing. Like Samee could walk out of Shang-Chi and think it completely sucks. I doubt it, but she could, and she's gonna come to me on movie night and tell me that, right? Is she gonna call me a shill because I have an absolute different opinion? No. She's just gonna accept that's what it is, and we're gonna have a conversation about it. So other people,
and that's where like I mean, your own personal things comes in and your own assholeness or lack thereof comes in, because you have a choice then when there's like somebody who disagrees with you to just kind of double down on that and get angry about it. Or you can be like, oh, well, if they have like valid things and they're like, well, I understand why you would think that way, and they understand why you would think that way, then it's like, cool, at the end of the day, we're good. We don't need to change each other's minds. We both totally understand why we feel that way.
And that's why I like,
Done.
That's why I like doing these kind of things with you guys, because we're all just so open-minded when it comes to stuff where we're not about, I'm right, you're wrong, or you're right, I'm wrong.
We all agree to disagree.
We're all just talking our opinions, and at the end of the day, it's our opinions. If one person likes, the other one doesn't, cool. I mean,
we're just talking.
One person will like it for one reason, the other person will hate it for their reasons. So it is what it is at the end of the day. We're just here to talk and give our opinions.
Yeah. I'd be very surprised if like both of you walked out of Shang-Chi and didn't like it, but I wouldn't hate you guys. I wouldn't say you
I will be surprised if I walk out of there and don't like it.
I'd be surprised, but I wouldn't hate you guys.
I will be surprised.
And I might say something like, let me offer a different take on this thing that you didn't like.
Right.
But that's not
me.
And
we'll definitely we'll definitely be open-minded and open to hear it, because at the end of the day, it is what it is.
And that's all criticism is at the end of the day. We're just giving you a take on something that can maybe help you form an opinion, whether that opinion's right or wrong. That's all we're trying to do.
Whether it changes it or not.
That's all critics are trying to do. We're just giving you a take to like help you form your own opinion. Not to take our take and just make that your opinion. That's not what we're doing it for, or people who review movies. We're reviewing movies to help you form your own opinions and your own ideas.
And that's what what we're trying to do. You and me done with Star Wars right now.
Yeah, 100%.
We're trying to.
Which brings me to my next one. So this one,
I didn't even know you had a fan from Asia. Like,
apparently, I don't think he's a fan though. But he says, so this is what he says. He goes, okay, so for a viewer from Asia, specifically from China, this video really didn't give any useful information for us. First of all, wait a second. I resent that a lot.
It's a non-spoiler. Like, it's not gonna. Oh my god.
He has good criticisms here in his comment, and I'll take some of them to heart. But this first part I resent a lot because, all right, number one, it's a non-spoiler review. I can only really give you so much. Secondly, I didn't give you any useful information. I mean, any useful information? There's nothing about this that's useful to you? Okay. Anyway, here we go.
It was for me.
In the whole 7 minutes or however long I went, maybe 5-6 minutes, but still, there was nothing in there that was useful. All right. Anyway, so this is what he says. The big question is how the MCU portrayed Tony Leung, which, okay, maybe I could have said something about that. I did miss that in the review. I'll give him that. But he says first.
Wait, no. First off, he didn't use a right. He put portrait, like portrait.
Whatever. I'm not gonna dock him for spelling, but okay, I fair enough.
I'm just saying, but like, if you're gonna give a comment about something, just use the right word.
Yeah.
Like, anyways.
Anyway, so he says first, he is such a big star in China, which also co-starred the hero. That's another thing too. Like, okay, I can appreciate where this guy's coming from on that one, because I maybe I could have said something about Tony Leung. He's great in the movie, and I didn't. I missed that completely. But, the thing is like, I hate to say it like this, but I'm genuinely making this review for people are thinking about Tony Leung. There's not a lot of them. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of people. Like, were either of you guys wondering like how great Tony Leung was before going into this, or were you just like, were you mainly be honest? Were you mainly thinking about gosh, why can't I remember Simu Liu and Awkwafina?
I mean, honestly, if I'm being honest, it was really just I guess in a way, the main, Shang-Chi himself, just because I've never heard of him. But I was just wondering, how is this dude gonna portray, this MCU hero, and also Awkwafina, because I just love the movies that I've seen her in, like Crazy Rich Asians.
It doesn't matter. I mean, I'm not really trying to bitch about this guy's take, because I could have said something about Tony Leung. I get that, okay? Like, and I'll take that into consideration next time. He did give me some useful feedback here, in all honesty. But the take that the way I was looking at it is okay.
Not necessarily. Like, I wasn't necessarily thinking about it, but that still doesn't make it.
It's not a bad piece of feedback. You could still
have questions about it, though.
Yeah, it's not a bad piece of feedback. Yeah. It's really not. I'm not trying to tell this guy he's got a bad piece of feedback. But the other part of it too is I was honestly trying to avoid it because there's a big spoiler stuff with him in there, which, whatever. You know, I mean, maybe I'll try to find a way to work around it next time. It's good feedback. Okay, I'll give him that. Anyway, so he said, second and most importantly, no one can and should forget the awkward origin of his character. Even though MCU is now trying to get rid of the shadow of the Mandarin, we will not forget how racist the history of the Mandarin was. I kind of agree with that on some level. I did think that I could see why the original take on it in Iron Man 3 offended a lot of people. I get that. You know, because they really did. You know, nothing against Ben Kingsley. I was joking earlier when I said I don't like him.
No,
he's great actor. Great actor, but like their original thing was a little bit like it did throw what could have been under the bus, and that was important to a lot of the Asian community, and I appreciate that and respect that completely. He says, if Marvel doesn't handle this role carefully, the fate of the whole MCU will be fatal in China. I don't know if that's true, and some Chinese fans will be angered. Fatal? I don't know, but I'll say this, like,
well, to the MCU in China, maybe. I don't know.
No, I'll say this. With the exception of the first part of his review, I think that this guy has given me some valid feedback. I think the first part of the review where he said he had no information, I'll give this to the guy. I said, I was respectful in my response. I said, thank you for your feedback. I hope you're happy with the film. I said, here's the thing though, and I'm being very honest about this. I said, to be honest.
It says to be honest right there.
Some people will not be happy with the direction this film takes with the Mandarin. I also said, on the other hand, it's extremely self-aware of its past mistakes. I said the review is doing its best to appeal, this review, and this is true, it's doing its best to appeal mostly to casual MCU fans going into it, because a lot of casual fans don't really give a shit about the Mandarin. That's just a fact. And I said, your words are appreciated and will be taken into consideration in future reviews. So I took the high road. I mean, I wasn't overly pissed. I think the comment about this video didn't give us much useful information is where I get a little bit angered. It's like, because I didn't mention one aspect of it, it didn't give much useful information. That's just weird to me.
I was going to say, is like you try to give as much useful information in a non-spoiler review. Like,
right. There was one thing I neglected that he really wanted, and that doesn't mean that the review had no useful information. So I just wish.
Because I mean, it was useful. It was pretty useful to me.
I appreciate that.
I loved it.
And it might not be useful to everybody. Maybe not. It doesn't have what everybody's looking for, but you got to recognize.
I mean, your review definitely got me excited for the movie.
I appreciate it, but you know, you got to recognize too that like maybe it wasn't useful to you, but he said it's not.
Again, that's opinion.
He said
like at the end of the day, this is all just opinion.
But he said no useful information to us, and I have talked to people who like the review just fine, and they think it's useful. You know, it's like you got to recognize that other people may have found it useful. This is the one that really irritated me, though. I'm saving the best for last. This is the best for last. How is this a review when all you do is give it praise? I don't know. I don't have a lot of problems with it. He goes, I've seen it. You clearly didn't analyze the writing, plot, acting, cinematography, CGI, etc. It has clear-cut strengths and weaknesses. SMH. Okay.
Don't even want to waste my breath. I'm like, whatever, man. If you think that, whatever. But like,
first of all,
this feels like a troll.
First of all, this guy didn't watch the fucking thing, because I clearly analyzed the plot. I talked about the story. That was like one of the first things I talked about. And secondly, I did give it a criticism. It just went over your head. My criticism was this, in story-wise, can feel a little similar to Black Widow from time to time, because it has a similar thing of Shang-Chi trying to escape his past family life. That's a criticism. Whether you think it's a good or bad thing is up to you, you know, but it's a criticism at the end of the day. Anyway, so then he said, acting. I said Awkwafina and Simu Liu were fantastic, so this guy's not listening. Cinematography and CGI, etc. Maybe I didn't dive into the CGI of it, but the cinematography-wise, I said this is a really good-looking movie. I said that the director did a good job behind the camera. He says, clear-cut strengths and weaknesses. Okay, man. Like, and I talked about all that. Anyway, my reply was, because at the end of the day, I think we can all agree this is what a review is. But I said, well, we're trying something new out over here where the reviewer tells you if they enjoyed the film or not. There you go. And that's the end of that. That's the end of my ranting on the comments. But I don't know. I wanted to go through that because I thought there was some really shit takes in there, personally. But hey,
I mean, as I can see, most of your videos have that. I mean,
yeah,
it's all the same kind of people just trying to shit on your reviews, even though they're, you're
Yeah.
It's just criticism. It's opinion. It's like, take it how you want. Just,
I'm ranting and raving, but it doesn't genuinely get to me. I don't go to sleep at night going, "Oh my gosh, these people," put bad
and
reviews.
that's exactly how it should be. Like, some people try, even like people who are on YouTube try to take their comments too far.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it shouldn't bother you. You shouldn't. I mean, like, unless someone's giving a positive feedback to help you like improve in some way.
Yeah.
Then yeah, take that. But like if it's a negative thing that it just shouldn't really bother you. At the end of the day, it's their opinion.
No, I just don't like that trolls think that they're gonna do whatever they want and that people aren't gonna call them out. And like I'm gonna call you out.
The whole cancel culture thing, bro.
You say something stupid, I'm calling you out on this show. I'm sorry, I'm letting everybody know right now. If you put something stupid down there, you're getting called out.
Like we're doing right now.
Yeah, you're getting called out if you put something stupid down there. But if you say something good, like the Asian fellow here, let me find his name because he did give some really good feedback, and I appreciate.
Can you read that name?
Yeah, sorry, I can't read your name, but I'm sorry. But honestly, you gave great feedback. He gave great feedback, and I want to call that out too. You know what I mean? On the same hand, if you say something nice, I want to call that out too. Like, I'm not gonna. It's equal opportunity around here. And ranting and raving doesn't get, it doesn't get to me. I'm doing that for entertainment purposes because I know that people like it. But on the same hand, I think that there's been some shit takes in this comment section. I gotta be honest. There's been real shit takes here.
I've replied to a couple of them, just speaking my mind.
Appreciate that.
Just because I feel like I have to.
Hey, nature of the business. That's all good. It comes with it. Comes with the job. I don't know what the term is. There's a term for that. Yeah. But was there another piece of news that we needed to hit?
Can't think of it. There was one that wasn't that important.
In your opinion,
let me see.
No, what was it?
Oh, there's a Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie coming to Netflix.
Cisco would have been perfect for this. Cisco would have been perfect for this one. He probably has thoughts.
That was all of it.
I put that in there specifically for Cisco, so.
Oh, nice.
I'll say this.
Did you though?
No, go ahead.
Real quick. Also, I just remembered another trailer. Have you guys seen the trailer for? There's a couple for the new American Crime Story, Impeachment.
Absolutely not, but I'm getting deja vu.
I am so excited about that. That's gonna. Oh my god. I can't even. I'm so excited about that.
No, I mean it intrigues me because the story, and I did see the trailers were being put out, but I have not watched them. It intrigued me. Real quick on Texas Chainsaw, because I do have somewhat of an opinion on this. Big fan of the original. I think the original is one of the freakiest movies you'll ever see. It's great. Phenomenal film. If you've not seen the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, highly recommend watching it. I'm a big fan of Texas Chainsaw too, because it's ridiculously campy and it's fun. It kind of is the opposite of the first movie, but that's all right. Subsequent films in the franchise have not been so great. So personally, I have no reason to be excited about it. So that's my take on Texas Chainsaw. Anybody else got a take on that? No? All right. Well,
no,
I mean,
I've
0%.
Never seen any of them. So
the remake's not bad either. That was another one that wasn't terrible. I think for like a reboot, remake, whatever, it wasn't too bad. But this is one of those franchises they've just tried getting off the ground so many times. You need to go back to what made the first one great. This is, if any of the people involved in the project watch the show, which I doubt, but if you do, honestly, take my advice here. Go back to what made the first one great. They're losing it with the scares, honestly. They've really been lackluster with how scary these movies can be lately, and I think that's where it's lacking. Like, I understand the second one had a mild success because of its campiness and all that, and it was fun one time, but I think we're all just kind of craving something that really, maybe not all of us, but horror fans who want to see a good Texas Chainsaw movie are craving something that really gets under our skins. Well, even Samee craves that kind of thing. She likes Midsommar and you know what I mean? And that's kind of what the first Texas Chainsaw is to me. It's kind of like a Midsommar, to where it's like, it just gets under your skin. It causes anxiety. I love that. Like, go back to that. Like, these movies, those movies are hits now. things like that. Things that get under your skin, cause anxiety. I go to Green Knight, for example. You know what I mean? That's another one of these examples that it's a movie that really causes you anxiety, gets under your skin in a lot of ways, and it's cool, man. It's just this type of thing is trendy right now. So if you're gonna do it right. You know, that's my take. Make me cringe. Make me cringe. I want to cringe. Like the Batman. I want the Batman to make me cringe.
Yeah.
I really, really do. No, Samee, I'm sorry. I stepped all over your American Crime thing. I didn't mean to. I was just. I mean, it's interesting.
You said? What did you? I didn't know what do you mean you got deja vu?
I don't know. For some reason, when you were asking me about that, I feel like you've asked me about that on another show.
Oh.
I don't know why. I don't know. I
thought something about the show gave you deja vu.
No. Like the same way.
Gotcha.
Like you asked me about it the same exact way at the same exact time.
I probably have.
No, like
I might have.
At the same exact time though. It was like I had a dream about it. It was weird.
Is this a movie or a show?
It's a show.
It's a miniseries.
When is it coming out?
Soon. Next week, I want to say.
Let's take a look at it. I want to see it. Let's take a look at the trailer. Oops, I'm hitting all kinds of buttons, everybody. Oh, all right. Give me 1 second. You'll see my lovely mug here in a minute. Let's see. There I am. Look at me. That's a great fucking picture right there. That's hilarious. Oh, let's see here. American Crime.
Oh yeah, it comes out in 6 days.
7th.
Yes.
As you no doubt heard, you get to work in the West Wing as of this morning.
I'm so excited.
You're going to be working right beside the people who run the world. Please, be professional.
There's a woman I'm very close to. In the midst of an affair with the President of the United States.
I just have no thoughts. I'm just I just want to watch.
How do I know it's true?
Hello?
You will lose her as a friend.
Oh, Beanie Feltzy's in it, huh?
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't expect that. Didn't know that.
She is the lead. She's playing Monica Lewinsky.
Wow. That's a wild casting choice. I just didn't expect it.
I know.
I wouldn't have expected that at all.
I think it's gonna be really good though.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be really good though. I'm so hyped about this.
I love her. I think she's great.
My calls.
Smart. That's where I know her from.
Yeah.
Yes. The Jonah Hill's little sister.
Shit.
Yeah.
And in Neighbors.
It all has to come out.
Yes.
The press will destroy her.
It's great.
You don't know the half of it.
My wife went into a hotel room with Bill Clinton.
President, do you know a woman named Monica Lewinsky?
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
This
Hey,
is about
I didn't hear
justice.
that again.
My wife went into a hotel room with Bill Clinton.
President, do you know a
Please,
woman
my
named
wife.
Monica Lewinsky?
That's me. That's my face.
This isn't about justice.
Then what is it about?
Oh my gosh, speaking of The Sopranos, Edie Falco playing
Impeachment.
Hillary Clinton.
Yeah. All right.
William Jefferson Clinton. Do you solemnly swear
Oh, look at her throw a
You will tell
drink
the
at him. Oh, I'm so
the whole
excited.
truth and nothing but the
Oh my
truth to help you
God.
out?
I do.
Plot twist. He did.
Have sexual relations with that woman.
Sexual.
Where was Sarah Paulson? I didn't see Sarah Paulson in that. Where was she? Who's Sarah
That's the
Paulson?
woman
She's
from
Linda
Bird
Tripp.
Box, right?
She's the blonde.
Was she?
Yes,
Oh, I had
she's
no
all
idea.
over that trailer. I know she's in a fat suit.
Wow, I had no
She's the
idea.
one
That's
from
cool.
Bird Box, right?
Little problematic, but it's fine.
Well,
What?
She's the one from Bird Box, right?
Sarah
Isn't she
Paulson.
isn't she the sister of the main?
She is, isn't she?
Yeah, she's the
Huh.
sister of the
She
main.
was in Bird Box.
woman.
That is
Yeah.
not what I would recognize Sarah Paulson from.
Who's
But
Clive
yeah,
Owen?
That is true though.
Who's Clive
Yes.
Owen?
Bill Clinton.
Really?
Yes.
Fuck.
Watch it again. I swear to God.
I
Swear to
believe
God.
you. I just I didn't realize it. Wow. Okay. Clive Owen in wigs makes me cringe
This
a
is
little
everything, guys.
bit. It's cool.
This is gonna
I'm
be
stoked.
everything.
I'm stoked.
This is everything.
Marco Martindale.
I'm so excited. Dom, with all due respect, The Joker is a great movie and everything, but I saw a TikTok of someone being like, do you remember how annoying men were when The Joker came out? That's how I'm going to be about this, except I'm going to be worse. And like, I've heard that sound multiple times on TikTok, but I've never related more harder with this.
I don't see the correlation.
Like, I will be so annoying about this. This is going to be incredible. I'm so excited.
I don't see the correlation. What did men have to do with the Joker? I heard women raving about it too.
Stable.
I heard women raving about it
lost connection. What was that? What did you say?
Oh, I said, how does men correlate with the Joker? Though?
I did not hear the last thing that you said.
How did men correlate with the Joker? Because I heard like, women raving about it too.
When that movie came out, I know, but it was kind of the meme that when that movie came out,
I don't look at memes.
A lot of men identified a lot with that movie for kind of the bad ways. Because here's the thing, like, Monica Lewinsky is debatably not really somebody you want to look up to. She's not necessarily like a heroic figure, you know what I mean? Like the Joker, would we call him heroic? No, but I feel like to men that character is just it taps a part of the male psyche that is just always going to be fascinating.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And something about this story and Monica Lewinsky, I feel like does that with women a little bit the same way. Like we want to say it's like Rosamund Pike, Gone Girl, and all of that, and Cruella, and all of these type of characters. But I'm like, but it's like in real life, it's like the Monica Lewinskys, I think, where there's something about this whole story that women for the rest of the world will be like, what happened? Tell me, tell me more. What?
So
like,
this is actually going to be...
He was impeached, for Christ's sakes. Like, oh my God.
I mean...
So that's actually going to be... This trailer is for the 3rd season of this show.
Yes. I didn't watch the second one. I watched the...
I haven't watched any of them.
O.J. Simpson. I did not watch the Gianni Versace.
I haven't watched any of them.
But yeah.
I must have missed the meme about Joker and men.
The first one was good. The first one was the O.J. Simpson trial. It was good.
This thing came out 5 years ago. Oh
it's just a thing. But I feel like, do you know what I mean? I feel like there's a thing there that I think there's a certain aspect of, specifically in Joaquin Phoenix's Joker, there's a part of the character and why he works is because it taps into a part of the male psyche that, again, women could understand and relate to, but not necessarily experience in the same way. You know what I mean? Like men, like the same men can relate and understand and empathize with Monica Lewinsky and be like, Jesus Christ, Bill Clinton, that was a lot. You should have been like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Just like women can be like like I understand, like the same. Like I understand Joker. I don't think he's an awful person. I don't think. Yeah. You know what I mean? I sympathize with him. However, as a woman, I don't think I could experience that in the same way. And the same thing with women. It hits differently.
Yeah,
you know
it's fine.
There's
no,
something about the experience of living as a man or a woman in society that makes you feel certain things about different topics in a different way.
Yeah, I understand you now. I just don't look at memes. That's all. I don't.
That became a meme. That's a very complex like description.
I don't look at them.
Was funny.
I don't look at memes.
But, I was just waiting for Bill Clinton to say the famous line.
Yeah. He does.
I do not have sexual relations for that one.
Yeah. No, I don't look at memes though. I assure you, I don't get on the internet for anything but porn. Let me pull this up.
As any good American should.
No, hey, big up.
Let me Americans should.
Let me pull this up here.
I
want to show you guys this.
I know like all the memes. I love memes.
We could get to the end of this on a comedic note, I guess. But this is a video I've been wanting to show you guys for a while. Because this is really funny. So
I really like Double Toasted.
I love Double Toasted, but this
I was gonna say love, but I haven't seen a lot of their videos, so I felt bad saying love. But I've seen a lot. I've seen a handful, and I haven't seen one I didn't like.
Yeah. But anyway, so did you?
They're live on Twitch.
Did you? Anyway, if you guys seen, if you had grandparents, you had to have. But if you guys ever seen the old show, The Rifleman, with Chuck Connors. All right, so let me set this up so you guys are like in the loop.
You say my grandparents like they're American.
True. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, good point.
Check your privilege.
Good point. Yeah, no, it's a good point. Anyway, this is a show I used to watch with my grandfather all the time, so it hits extra home to me. Yeah. Either way, you guys will get a kick out of this, I think. Okay, so The Rifleman was a show about not about Chuck Connors. Chuck Connors played the Rifleman, and it's literally what you expect it to be. He's just a man with a rifle he's a vigilante, goes around town, he could shoot a rifle.
Was it like a sitcom or was it like a drama?
It was a real like drama Western, and it's really fun. If you ever go back, it's really fun. Like it is. There's fun episodes to it. It definitely inspired a lot of like the modern Western for sure. What's the show?
What year? What decade?
Okay,
are we talking 50s?
Yeah. So what's the show with Leonardo? It's not. In Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Rick Dalton plays the character.
Right.
What's that character though? I can't remember that Rick Dalton plays, and he's he does the old Western show. I
thought of him like a Steve McQueen type of guy.
You know what I'm talking about though. The old Western show that he does though. It's Steve
McQueen's all coming to mind.
They were gonna. I
cannot tell you the name of the show.
Okay, it's fine.
Though
they were gonna make an actual series out of that for Netflix or whatever at one point. But either way, you know what I'm talking about. The Western show that Leonardo DiCaprio's character does in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Rifleman was pretty much that. Yes. It was pretty much that. But yeah, and it was always about like the son would get into some type of trouble because he had a son. And the Rifleman, well, he'd save anybody in the town, but it was always a correlation between the Rifleman and his son. Anyway, we got to watch this video just so you know what it is now. And you'll see clips from it here too, but let's see this.
About how you guys joined me on Friday when we had our viewing party for The Rifleman.
Rifleman.
Look at that.
Now you damn right.
And he doesn't stop looking at the camera either. Shit, that cameraman's even like, shit, I didn't know.
Man, when they get that last season, they find every excuse they can to have him take his shirt off.
Oh, of course. And ain't no women around. But that's what makes it weirder. So either somebody's working on this show and they knew exactly what they were doing and they were having a laugh with this, or these people were just completely naive back in the day, or it was just a different time and it just wasn't like it is today. You know, a lot of weirdness has come out today. It doesn't reflect on what was happening at the time. And he's not on
I'm sorry for laughing so much. I just know what's coming, so
TV.
Ignore me.
But so you got Chuck Connors as the Rifleman. I forgot his name. What was his name?
Lucas McCain.
Lucas McCain. And he loves his son Mark, man. So this dude, this is an episode where he's on a secret mission from the sheriff in the town he lives in. He's got to go to this other town in Wyoming, and he has to go there and infiltrate this criminal gun smuggling ring. And he's just chilling out. He's been at the bar. Woman came up, throwing ass at him. And I'm sure other women been looking at him in town, but he's just in his room chilling and didn't look at these women, but Mark, boy, I wonder what Mark is doing. And we were like, he pulled that out like he's about to jack off to that picture. And I thought I was being kind of, he loves his son.
Yeah, come on, man. He's dead.
Right, he loves his son.
Not that way.
And I was kind of making a joke at first. By the way, that's one of them Olin Mills pictures right there. It wouldn't even fit at that time. But I was looking at that. I said, all right, Corey, now you being kind of cheap, man. You stop being so mean. That man loves his son. But then they cut to this part. So it's a crazy episode because this mission, I thought it took like 2 weeks. That shit took 2 months. Damn. And Mark was supposed to be taken care of by the sheriff and some other chick in town. He got up the next night and ran away from them. Went back to the house. He's been out that house. House got cobwebs all on this shit, but he's been living there for 2 months.
Oh, wow.
Jesus. Just taking care of the place, trying to handle things. And then they half the time they come and tell Micah, they're like, well, you going to do something about it? Like, well, you know, yeah.
Mike's not trying to do stuff.
He ain't trying to do nothing.
He's a horrible sheriff.
He's a drunk, man.
God damn.
So 2 months, man, this dude's been gone. And Mark is just like, well, dead, you know. So I guess I just got to take care of this myself. I'm the man of the house now, and I got to do something because we built this home together. Now it's funny because he's been missing his paw so much that they're talking to him, and don't nobody hear shit. But he's like, paw, and they're like, oh my God, this is crazy this kid finally got to him. But he hears the horse, the clop of the horse before anybody does. It's almost like him and his father. They got some kind of psychic connection. And because they don't hear shit. Now anybody would hear a horse coming up, all right? Yeah. But this fool's so used to hearing his paw coming up, he hears it before anybody else.
Mark, what is it?
I'm like, what the f*** wrong with this kid? Oh, jeez, he might have his ass committed.
Paul?
What's the matter, boy?
Paul!
You looking like he's crazy. Paul! Paul! Like, oh, shit. Being out here for 2 months by himself finally got to him. He's hearing his father when he ain't there. Oh, well, I want y'all to watch something here. Oh, jeez. It's like, hey, that picture took on a whole new It's like, you cannot do that today. No. You're like, oh, that's some good shit. Hug me tight.
Borderline
romantic. Father loving his son. A little too far. I mean, honestly, when you watch a whole bunch of these, you start to get like, it's kind of a codependent relationship.
It is. It's kind of a gay, incestuous relationship going on. Yeah, I don't know what was going on. I guess that was normal back in the day.
I guess, you don't often see, like, a male son kissing his father, like on the lips or the cheeks or something.
What is they kissing like that? She's passionate.
Yeah.
That shit feels good.
Yeah. I mean, you don't often see that in pop culture nowadays. Movies hugging, sure, but nothing kissing.
Well, even kissing on the cheek or something, but I mean, they make it out. That's like, I'm not being like homophobic or anything like that, but these kind of kids, you see these kind of kissing scenes in romance movies.
Yes.
Like, I'm talking about like back in the 30s.
I get what you're saying. They reunited.
This is out at a time where fathers didn't really show a lot of affection to their kids.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they were just like, come on, let's kind of mix it up and get that out there.
That is.
Yeah.
This is meant to be wholesome, but nowadays it's like, oh shit.
Yeah, everybody wants to read something.
Yeah, I ain't reading none of that.
I'm just explaining what I see.
I'm seeing a man and something make out right. I'm just feeling good to him, yeah.
It's a wholesome family.
Them motherfuckers been in that house too long by themselves.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
That's fucked up, though.
That's funny.
I love that. I thought we'd end on a laugh there, but
nice.
Yeah, guys, I want to thank everybody for joining here today. Before we go, Jose, excited to have you on as a regular, and where can people find you?
It was glad to, be on this show tonight, and I'm glad to be a regular. I'm excited to see what, is to come for me in the future on this channel. I'm super excited.
Yeah.
My socials is
you need help, it's to your right, if you need help.
Oh, yeah, it's right there on the screen. Type on Latino all together, all lowercase. Yep.
All right, great. Samee, where can people find you? And thank you for being here.
Nice. Yeah. As always, I'm on Instagram at Samee Ramirez. Right there. There we go. I'm on. Am I so scope?
You're Samee again.
I can find me at misfit_minded. Doing the Sat Nat pod. I'm on Instagram at Samee Ramirez 14, Twitter and stereo at Samee Ramirez, and then hosting movie night. This week we're finishing up our Narnia series with Voyage of the Dawn Treader, so that's coming out later this week, and then next week we'll have our Shang-Chi review, so check us out there. Super excited.
Oh yeah. And Cisco, where can people find you?
It's find me at misfit_minded. You can find me on the Matinee Podcast. We're doing Shang-Chi this week, and probably, I don't know, something like Fighting Tiger, Hidden Dragon, some shit like that. Check us out there. You can hang. I'm usually around the Bucks Stadium every day at 4 p.m. Check me out there. Come say hi. That's me.
I was gonna say one more thing. The Sunday.
That was the best impression of a person I think I've ever done. I'm not gonna lie.
That was pretty good.
That was good.
Thank you.
I didn't expect it to be so good.
I just wanted to. I was like, my impressions aren't that good, but that one was not
good.
bad. So I'm gonna call it out.
It was almost a little too good. Anyway, we got.
So this Friday, Dom and I will be watching. New Hope, and Sunday we'll be doing a deep dive review of that. So check us out on Stereo.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, so Sunday you can find me with Jose on Stereo again. Reviewing New Hope. Very excited about that. We've been doing our rewatches, and the discussions have been fun. The rewatches have been fun. And yeah, guys, you can find me. It's to my right at Dom_Martino_ and Dom_Martino_ official on Instagram. Please check us out on Spotify. Go give us a follow over there. Very important. If you guys don't want to use up all your battery by watching the video and you just want to walk around the house with it, yeah, get on Spotify. If you want to drive somewhere far, get on Spotify. Give us a follow. Why don't you? Anyway, guys, so we're going to get going here. And you can follow the Anorak pages as well, as you can see to my right. Anorak at Anorak official. It's Anorak official across both platforms, actually. And we do have a tip link down there. If you guys are so kind to send us a tip, that would be nice. You don't have to, but it is appreciated. And we'll read your messages out on video form with that. Also, merch.streamelements.com/Anorak. You can find some merchandise. We got some cool stuff over there, so check it out too. Once again, guys, thank you so much for joining. I've been Dom Martino, your host. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave some feedback in the comment section, share this with your friends, hit the bell for notifications, and leave your feedback respectfully in the comment section. Thank you very much. This has been another episode of the Anorak Entertainment Podcast, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.